ಆಯ್ತಾ ಓಕೆ I saw I posted children out. You guys want to go out? ಇದೆ Thank you. Shall I kick off? वो डांडी है सामने भी दो है तो that's Swaroop. Has he come? I would have loved it because I wanted to give a standing ovation to him. 22, 3 minutes. Should we start? Yeah. Varun? David has bought the beer. Beer is I think he was organizing the booth. Let's start. Good evening. Can we start? Thoda volume. Is the volume good? Can you hear me? Close to your mouth. Okay, good evening, all beautiful people of Ferns. I, on behalf of the the current BOM, welcome all of you to be part of this wonderful AGM. I was trying to look at the number of AGMs we've done in Ferns, and apparently the number is 14, so it's a very lucky number. So next year you can expect a lot of fantastic things that we will be doing for the community. So the YouTube video was running in the background on my phone, so I was hearing myself. So I don't have a speech here, but I thought I'll start with a little story which talks about the community that we live in. So we've been having some issues with House 187. There was a plan that was approved, and there was some issues, there was some friction that was happening. So we had sent out a mail to the community asking all of you to support us because there were some threats that were happening there. So this morning, the owner of the plot was here, and we had a face-to-face chat. We spent about an hour with him in the clubhouse. And, that transparent conversation, the interaction, the honesty that we exchanged our views, and even we told him the things that he had told Ravi Raja about bringing gundas and trying to kind of beat us up and things like that. We openly discussed that with him, and he kind of literally couldn't believe that the community and members of the community who have no value apart from the fact that we live here, are taking so much of trouble, so much of pain in trying to kind of indoctrinate a person into the values of Ferns. So he's gone back saying that he's going to reconsider all the things that he's done, maybe even break some of the walls that he's built as part of the extension that he's created, and he's going to reconsider all of that. So I thought that we all deserve a clap because we live in this beautiful community, and once we put our ideas and thoughts around, people are willing to listen to us and want to live a certain kind of quality of life that this Ferns Meadows offers. So I just felt really good this morning after that interaction, and I thought that this is the spirit that we want to bring to this year's BOM when Harsha and team are going to be working on the projects that we are planning to do. So all I'm just going to spend is the last 1 minute showing the agenda for the day. So Harsha is going to speak for 10-12 minutes about the broad approach that he's taken. We are going to, as always, have subcommittee updates. We have a lot of them. And then we have the Treasurer's report, which is really the one that is going to be debated and discussed the most. In fact, Naved this year took some time out to help us with the audit on the Treasurer's report. Finally, the most important and the area where we'll spend the most amount of time is the resolutions. And we have 5 or 6 resolutions that we have, and we'll be voting on some of that. Eventually, it's going to be the vote of thanks, and obviously the dinner is being served. Just going to hand over the mic to Harsha. The reason it's tethered to the...
Good evening. So, I will take about a couple of minutes just to introduce myself first. Most of you guys know me as Harsha, some people know as Sri Harsha. It's both are myself. Well, first and foremost, let me say, wow, it's a bit surreal standing here as the first time president. Why I'm saying that is, barely few months ago, I was just another resident trying to figure out the mystery of how the gate code works here. Okay? And now I'm here responsible for ensuring it works for everyone. Right? So it's a situation that I am in. Having said that, before we move forward, I would like to take a moment to remember and honor those members of our community whom we have lost this year, and it is never easy to say goodbye, but their memories remain in the hearts of those who knew them, these neighbors and family. Their contribution to our community, their kindness and friendship they fostered will never be forgotten. So I would request, let us all observe a moment of silence in tribute to their lives and their lasting impact on us. Okay, please take your seats. So, before I dive into the specifics of my agenda, for the evening, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work of the previous bombs and volunteers who have built this community into what it is today. And probably that is one of the reasons all the newcomers, they want to come into this community, right? The progress we have made so far didn't happen by accident. It was a result of the people who cared about the well-being of all of us. So thank you to those who have served. In fact, I have been hearing from so many corners, who was the first president, who was the second, what kind of challenges they faced. Thank you for all the bomb. And probably that is the very reason for few of the newcomers who wanted to build their houses here. Thank you. I think they need a round of applause here. In fact, throughout, I've never done a presentation. I've done a lot of technical presentations. I'm into a software field, but this is first time where I'm doing a non-technical presentation. And that made me think whole night yesterday just to think what are those 1 or 2 or 3 points that will make us together. So I was trying to recollect my last 1 year of journey. It has been just more than a year. I came here last August and I've just finished 1 year. So I was trying to introspect myself. What is that I have seen in the last 1 year? What are the challenges or what are the binding factors that has worked and not worked? So I felt, and also my interaction has been very heavily with the current team BOM members, though I have not met a lot of them personally. But when I spoke to them, when I had interactions, when we had lengthier discussions, I felt there were 4 guiding values we were all united with. And these are the 4 guiding values that we feel that, we are all working towards. So better communication, right? I think this is one of been lot of back and forth coming from the community, that better communication, consistent communications, right? Communication has been one of the key pillars that will ensure that our community thrives. It is essential that we maintain open, honest, and timely communication between the board and the residents. We are committed to improving how we share the information, listen to your concerns, and act upon your feedbacks. We want to hear from you. Your voice is crucial to our growth as a community. Whether you have concerns or an idea, rest assured it will be heard and valued. Transparency and openness are key. We will continue to work towards fostering values in everything we do. And I'm sure in the last few weeks you're starting seeing those things. Active engagements, that's the second guiding value that we are working towards. Engagement is a second pillar that strengthens the bond amongst us. Community thrives when residents are actively involved. I encourage all you to consider how you can contribute to the greater good. Volunteers for projects, participate in neighborhood activities, and share your time and talent with us. In fact, there are a lot of things needs to be done in several committees, and I would request everyone to come forward to join those committees. The third aspect is financial transparency, which is the key factor for building trust and accountability. We are committed to managing your funds with utmost care, ensuring that every rupee is spent wisely and in the best interest of the community. You deserve to know how funds are being used. We will continue to share clear, detailed reports so that all financial decisions are transparent and accountable. So, having said that, our financials are very healthy, and you will see that in the, in the audit or the financial health reports. Last but not the least, I would like to emphasize this very heavily, especially with respect to safeguarding our assets, protecting what we value. So, we must continue to prioritize the safeguarding of our assets, from our common spaces to our infrastructure. There are resources that define the quality of our community. These are the resources which are defining the community, by the way, especially swimming pool, parking area, all the spaces, that lung space that we have are the common spaces, and that is what is really going to define the quality of this community. We must protect the value assets and valuable assets, very important. And anything that we do should be a thoughtful investment in those stuff. At the same time, we must acknowledge the legal challenges we are currently facing. These challenges are significant, but will not deter us from our commitment to preserving and enhancing our community. We are working closely with legal counsel to address these issues and ensure that our assets remain protected. I would like and request to all of you, especially when we talk about assets, don't hesitate to understand the technicalities. There's nothing wrong about it. If you don't know, reach out to anybody who is well knowledgeable in that. Understand the facts. Don't go by just the things that are in air. So it's very important to understand that. So again, I would say that these are the 4 guiding values that this BOM is committed to, and we will do our best to go forward. So as we reflect on the past years, look toward the future, let's commit working together with a renewal of the spirit of cooperation, trust, and respect. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to the management committee, staff, and volunteers, and all the residents who have contributed to making our community a wonderful place to call home. Your time, energy, and dedication truly makes a difference. Thank you for ongoing support and active involvement. So after this, our subcommittee spokes will share further insights into our accomplishments and plan that lie ahead. Thank you. So I would request to start with construction.
Thank you, Harsha. I hope you all can hear me. So, my name is Nagaraju Hanchanahau. So, I'm basically called either Raj or Raju. So, whatever way, if you want to save your vocal cords, you can call me Raj or Raju. So, the first, I'm yet to move in. I'm just started my construction, a year ago. Hopefully, I'll be able to move in by March sometime. I'm the resident of plot 141. So, I want to give basically a big thank you for basically all the BOM members and also as well as community, supporting me, because me being a BOM Spock, it really helped me to make more friends even before I actually move in, right? That really an advantage you guys gave me. So I'm very thankful for that. And again, I hope basically I make more friends because of the given the portfolio I have. I heard that it can, make friends lose and also, make enemies, which I don't want to. Okay. So, yeah, and again, first when I was basically talking to the BOM members, when we were discussing about the portfolio, right, and they gave me, said, okay, you seems to have some construction knowledge, right, why don't you basically take the portfolio? But I thought, oh God, that really made me feel proud, and I will take it to do something. But what I later realized is, they want basically one less headache, right? Because I cannot break the rules. Okay, and they put me in spot. So, well, I signed up. There is nothing much I can do for it. Okay. So, yeah. So first, again, like I said, right, there's one proverb I always liked it. Okay, I think since we have basically the few new owners who bought the site, and I think we have close to 7 people. And I'd like to call out each one. And if you are here in person present, I would really love basically to stand up and say hello to the rest of the, the community here. So site number 10, Appachu Nanjappa and Shreyan Shekhar. I don't know if they are here. Okay. Site 18, Shobha Subramanyam and Yogendra Vashita. Varun Sud. There we go. And we have Satyadev there, here. Okay. Abhilash Shamsundar. Lokesh Srinivas and Hanuma Prasad and Miss Manjula. So again, a very warm welcome to basically the new owners, and give a big applaud for them. And oh, we missed out Kiran. So Kiran, if you are here, say hello. Sorry, we missed you out. Right. So again, a warm welcome. Okay. And one thing I just want to say is, there's a nice proverb which says that, we make our friends, right? Okay. We also make our enemies, but neighbor is the one who is God given. So be nice with the neighbors, so the neighbors will be nice with you. Okay. So with that, I just want to basically also, congratulate the folks who, built houses and moved in or moving in, right? It is really a great effort. Okay, there is a saying always, in Kannada they say, right, Maduve Madi Nodu, Mane Katti Nodu, right? Okay, so there is a lot of effort. Any of these two, when you are basically doing, it's not easy stuff. You did it. Congratulations. Okay. So thank you again, and enjoy your basically, your house. So now coming to the status of where we are, right? If you look at it, we have almost 14 constructions are in progress. I think Nishad was saying this is the 14th bomb. So there is a lot of coincidence there, right? We have 14 constructions, okay? And also there is one renovation. So basically, because since it's all part of the construction process, so we'd like to highlight what's going on around, right? So with also the same thing, basically I want to call out, Nishad and Rohan joining me part of the construction committee. Again, thank you folks helping me on that, right? Now coming to the process, again there is no change in what has been basically done in the past, right? Renu, Prithvi, Devaya and all, so that legacy will carry, okay? And couple of things I just want to highlight here is that, like one of the things which Harsha was highlighting, right, the engaging with the people, that makes a huge difference in terms of how we perceive each other, right? So whenever any challenge or any issues, always make sure that, you engage with the estate manager or concerning bomb. That will help us a lot to resolve any such issues, right? And we talked about basically the 187. After all the discussions, he understood what the value as a community we carry, and basically the willing to relook at it and see, how it can come into the, the guide within the guideline and all that, right? So especially, this is again message to the new owners who have bought the plot and all that, and also planning to construct. Make sure you engage basically, the manager and also as well as your neighbor, especially on marking the boundaries, right? Again, in fact, a lot of things are a little bit dicey if you look at all your plots, but it ensures that we are not encroaching each other, right? And also we have basically a dedicated architect who reviews and signs off all the plans, and also the construction at the different stages and all that. So that ensures that we uphold whatever the guidelines we have set, and basically the periodic review ensuring that what is basically in line and all that. There's one thing which we're also basically, because given that a lot of discrepancies recently in terms of, oh, okay, this is what has been approved, but that's what I'm building, but at the same time, when we see the elevations coming, that's really matching what we, I think there is some miscommunication or the way each one interprets the plan. So what we have basically said is, have these elevation and 3D diagram also collected at the time of approval. That helps us to basically, clarify and ensure that it's within what we are planning to do and all that, right? So just want to basically again remind key guidelines, right? One of the challenge basically, being part of the, member of a construction SPOC and all that is everybody comes and says, this is the BBMP law. Why are you basically, asking us to, put the, leave the space and all that. So, and also at the same time they come back and say that, oh, I want to build a wall, I need a privacy, I want to do that and all, right? When we basically say, when we need a privacy, what do we say? Someone, can you give me some space? So apply the same here. So give some space to your neighbor, right? So that helps basically addresses whatever you are looking for and all that, right? So we continue to basically uphold whatever basically we have said from initial the guidelines, right? As you see that these mandatory setbacks, it's not we're saying that we are going to be harden rule and we enforce and all that, right? Because if you are basically coming and saying that, okay, this is the BBMP setbacks and these why the basically the fonts as these setbacks, I'm sure if we would have been built same like as BBMP outside, I don't think you are basically chosen this place to build your house, right? Because we have set some guidelines for ourselves, which is helping and what you see around, and you also want to basically contribute to what you have. So please keep that in mind, and we are happy to basically help you, before you put a plans and all that, and that way, we upkeep basically our spirit and values as we, go forward and all that, right? So at the same time, just to remind, on the rules, nothing changes much. It's basically 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. what we basically the construction timings and all what we allow. And Sundays and public holidays, you all know there is no work. So the one challenge I think has been brought up is especially the people who are renovating and also even people who have started construction without basically building the basic necessary like toilets and all that for the workers, right? So again, we request please take care of those because it is adding a lot of load into the common toilets which we have for our workers, okay? And that is one of the basically concern the estate manager brought up. So just ensure that you have those addressed before you start your construction and all that. And also many times we see that I get a call saying that I have my construction truck with a concrete truck outside, can you allow security? So I think this is something is really often we see that. So it will help if you give a heads up to the basically the estate manager saying that if there is any deviation in the timing or something which we can allow within, please send the request early so that we don't need to go haphazard at the end of it, right? So again, before I just close out, right, in the recent constructions we have seen the people started with all the trees chopping, chop, 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 right? Hardly they leave one or two. Our request is, the reason basically you are moving in the greenery what we have around, okay? If you could maintain as much as possible, I think it will help us community. And also remember that any of these to grow, it takes almost 10 to 20 years. I don't know whether you may not even enjoy those at a times, things may move on. So our sincere request is see how you can basically maintain the greenery before you basically take up the construction, right? So one last thing I just basically say before closing this is, good fences make good neighbors. That's what they call it, right? So that doesn't mean that you have to build a fence, right? That means basically, how you can have a no fence between the, the neighbors so that you live in the harmony like a family, okay? So please keep up the spirit of Fons Meadows, okay? And thank you so much for everyone, and also thank you to the community coming together whenever we need, okay? Thank you. So next is security, Abhilash.
All right. Am I audible? Can I? All right. Okay. Thank you. So my name is Abhilash. I'm a relatively recent resident, like most of the members on this BOM as well. Been here for 3 years. I live in 98. So I'm here to talk about the security aspect of the BOM. And let me just start by saying that I joined the BOM with a lot of reluctance, but I also wanted to give back something to the community that I enjoyed so much. But when I joined the BOM, in my mind, I had, I hope they don't give me construction or security. And guess what they gave me? They gave me security. But my pride was so big that I did not want to back off. It's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll figure it out. And it's been a interesting journey for me. I've learned as I've gone along. So if you see something's lacking, it's because this is the truth. I'm just figuring it out as I go. Like a lot of other people in the BOM as well. I'd like to go over a few points here. I'd like to look at them myself. So the first point being the new agency, right? And it's come after a lot of effort, and of course there's been a significant increase in cost. But I'd like to go over why did we change the security agency? Was there something wrong with the previous one? But I'd like to start with actually thanking the previous agency, which was here for a year, Cardozo. Though there was a lot of negative feedback, I've worked with them very closely, and I knew those guys did the best they could with whatever they had, resources they had. But there was certain things that were lacking, and which was a significant risk to us as a community. The first point being basic compliance with government regulations, things like Provident Fund, ESI. It was often the case that many of them do not have an Aadhaar card even, and as a result of that, they didn't have PF, no ESI. So if they had an injury, there was no way they could pay for that with the puny salaries they made. And no matter how many times we followed up, there was always a churn in the securities. So they would bring on a guy, fix the PF, fix the ESI, then he would be gone. They would onboard a new guy, and for months he would go without a PF or ESI. And it was kind of a risk for us as a secondary employer, and it had to change. So we started a market, looked into the market and what the vendors were, and pretty much all the vendors, in fact the first vendor who came in, he did his own research before he came into the layout, and he spoke to the security guys, and the first thing he told me was, if you think you're going to pay me what you're paying them, I don't even want to talk to you. That's where he started. So anyway, I heard him out, I got his quote, and we got four other quotes that I got myself, and the estate manager got a few as well. They were all about 40% and above what we were. And VS4, the agency that we picked right now, was actually the lowest quote that we got, but also had the best references. And that's the reason we went with them. The management has been very responsive. It is owned by a retired colonel, so they're very involved in the everyday running operations of the security personnel. And it's been, at least from my perspective, it has been an improvement. I'm not sure what your experience has been. So we've been receiving feedback. We are open to improvement, and we're trying to do whatever we can to make this whole process better. Okay, and yeah, and the second aspect I think that has been a problem is Apna Complex. Apna Complex as a software platform. It does not really have its own gatekeeping platform. So they use something called Gatekeeper, which they don't own. So there are some problems with the integration, right? So that's why it might not be as sophisticated as MyGate or one of the other ones that the other apartments. If you have a property elsewhere, maybe you feel that there's a difference, and this is the reason. So they started as a ERP software and then added Gatekeeper on top of that. So there are some integration problems with them. So we've been working with them to improve many aspects of it. So I am going to send out a communication with some of the improvements that we made, working with them, raising support tickets with them. Sometimes they're responsible, not always. So it's been a struggle. But I think we've figured out most of the processes, and I think you will see an improvement in the coming months. And the second part of the Apna complex problem is you guys. As many of you don't have your phone numbers registered on the platform. So, and the IVR feature, which has been enabled, does not work because the app does not have a phone number to call. So there's going to be a drive where we will work with you guys to update your contact details so you get your notifications and your IVR calls, both of which are configurable. So the whole approval process is more smoother. And the last two points there, the boom barrier and the security cameras, these are projects that we've worked on. For both of them, we have quotes. The boom barrier was a ANPR, automatic number plate reader-based solution, where we had two boom barriers covering the entirety of our front road. But it has been put on hold because of all the the ambiguity around that area. I'm not going to get into details of that, but we have technical designs, codes in place. So whenever we're in a position as a community to proceed with that, we will complete that project. And security cameras as well, we worked with a couple of vendors. One of the vendors spent a lot of time on site, gave us a very detailed plan, and his recommendation was to use wired cameras, and these are not cheap. The wireless cameras might be cheap, but in my own experience, they are not reliable, because I basically started at my own house. I installed wireless cameras, and they're all wired at this point, because I've had to literally draw power lines and internet lines to them so that they function. So though it is tempting to just go with the cheapest solution, I don't think it would be wise for us in the long term. So this project also is a very large project. We cannot really accomplish this in one go. So we're going to do this in phases, and I'll be sharing plans and quotes with you guys as we go along. That's all I had. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Varun Sood, and my wife Lucy and our two children moved in also about 2 years ago, renting first. We had, and then we bought a plot in the last year. So we've now become part of your community, and we're very happy for that. I'm looking after layout at this moment, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. But before that, maybe how I see, how I saw this place. It reminded me a lot of, coming from a services background, of the kind of places we used to live in terms of the openness, friendliness, safety, and particularly the lack of walls. That was the best thing, because in my opinion, whenever you have no walls means you feel safe. The time when I remember in front of my eyes when I was a young boy in Delhi, walls went up, and that was as a result of some big crimes that happened at that time. And all of a sudden the whole city had walls. So the fact that there aren't walls here is just a great feeling, and it opens up the whole environment. I do hope that going forward we can all build that way and live that way. For me, layout is about everyone feeling comfortable, getting there, protecting that atmosphere that they live in, the being able to walk around, being able to be comfortable on the roads, not tripping, being able to sleep well, and all that. And for this, I mean, I'll just a lot of work was done in the past years, of course, to keep the place as it is. At least in the last year, there was probably a lot more. I'm not so familiar with what else. I just got an update. But basically, there was some work which right now seems to be not very useful given all the roads are dug up again. But they were filled with concrete and there were all the potholes and all that. And then we installed some speed bumps. I'm sure there's a lot more work that was done on layout. But let me just give you an idea of where we want to go in terms of this year, etc. So some of the important points, of course, are that the lighting needs to be improved, and all your suggestions are very welcome all the time. A lot of the problems with lighting is because of the tree cover, which has covered the lights, and there are places where it's positively dangerous for people to walk as they trip over obstructions, now even more with stones and this and that. So you never know when these stones will appear from the debris that's on the side. So we have to be extra careful right now. We're also going to be keeping some kind of a safety stock for lights. There are about 100 lights in the layout. We'll keep around 20. We've always been a little bit short, so things haven't moved quickly, but that's the plan. About the road humps, there were mixed suggestions. Of course, the objective was to lower the speed, but people have been tripping over it. People have been complaining about the bumps to their car, etc. So we have to, and right now, a lot of them will be removed, obviously, because of the digging. So we have to think a little bit about what to do about them. But that's something over the next few months we'll try to figure out. One of the big issues that everybody's been quite concerned about is the digging and the debris that's now on the roads after this, and that's not going to improve for a while because in next year by March there will be another round of digging. Already right now there's piles of earth all over the place. A lot of people are not very happy because it's right in front of their house. Where do we dump it? You know, they tell us that as the trenches, the earth subsides, you will need to refill it again. It's going to be hopefully we're not exactly sure, but it's hopefully going to be the responsibility of the company who's doing it to fill it up finally. We'll push for that, but that's a little bit of a gray area. But nevertheless, we need that earth to refill. And at some point we'll have to figure out how to dispose it, and there will be more earth created. So the suggestion is to, of course, put it in certain sites, in certain of the residence sites, and in certain, but we have to start doing that right away. We can do that with the JCBs of the company itself, so in dead ends and in certain sites. I hope nobody will have too much objection to that. We'll send out a mailer, and ideally we should be putting that earth close to the place that will be required in the future. Another big issue for layout is, as everybody knows about the pruning, there hasn't been a pruning program for the last 2 years. I think everybody agrees. I don't think there's any dispute about the fact that we need to be taking care of the trees and the tree cover, and for all kinds of reasons. Maybe it was the way the contractor had done it, just hacked away or something. It must have not been done very scientifically, properly, and I think we have to do it, but probably a a little bit better. So ideally, I'd like that there should be a policy and that the policy dictates. And once the management has policy, then they just have to undertake it according to that policy. So we've sent a policy around to the on the official group. If anybody had anything to say, they should, say it. There's only been really one comment on that so far, and even that, give me a call. Let's talk about it. But truly, if you have something, because we will try to finalize that soon. There's a time for pruning, and that's coming up very shortly. The other thing about the garden waste, a lot of the garden waste, nobody's collected it. It's been lying on sites, sometimes close to people who are getting very annoyed about it. And we have to remember that it's going to be a big expense for the community, because we don't have a trailer. We have a tractor, but with only a water tanker. My suggestion, a little later, of course it's not in the budget, but is to buy a trailer, and possibly we can buy a second-hand trailer, because otherwise it's going to cost us for disposal, for tractor, for driver, for fuel, for everything, 1,500 per trip. And that means that the stuff that's there right now, well, let's say that what they did the last time after pruning was 60 trips, so that's 1 lakh in one go. And now another, and if we do it 2 times a year, it's going to be that kind of money. So I think it's really worth investing in a tractor, and also a bigger solution, because when we cut the trees we get big wood, hopefully we get small wood, green, and we get leaves. And I think there should be a composting that deals with most of this, because really I've made some inquiries, nobody picks up garden waste anymore. And there was a time that they would pick up wood. Maybe they still will if we put a notice outside or something. But and there was a time when the anecdote is that Malika Biryani would take it and give biryani, which is a good idea. I think we should send somebody to ask if they will do that again. But otherwise it's going to lie here, and we'll have to pay to dispose it off. In any case, we have to reduce the cost of this disposal, and at the same time, why not think about a more active composting scheme? Both of these require some budget, and we'll talk about that in a second. Then as regard the staffing, the layout has the biggest, of course, staffing and also budget, because there are 16 people full-time. They're also somewhat part of our community, and the children are here, everything, and I can see that the community has been very generous over the years, and I think that's a wonderful tradition that we should continue. There was a lunch earlier this year. There was Diwali gifts that were organized thanks to Nishad and the residents and their children. I think that's something that truly we should push and see how we can also support them, because they work for us every day. wall is in bad shape and could fall at any time, so we have to budget to reinforce, to build those before they actually do fall, and that's something that's a priority for the group. So if you have any situations you want to talk about, then tell us, but that's something we have to deal with. So as I was saying, there's a couple of projects that we would like to propose in terms of trying to get the money for it and invest in it. One is a trailer for this tractor, and I think we could probably get one cheaply thanks to some of our members. Lokesh has said he knows some people who can get second-hand trailer. If we've got a tractor, we might as well, because we can use that trailer to put the especially the garden waste, but possibly also other things, and move it around. And then the composting setup. I mean, 4, 5, 6 years ago, something like that, I think a number of you were involved in putting together a setup for the leaves, and a number of you are still using that in your houses, and but that has to be combined with other things. It has to be combined with a shredding unit, which we have. Seems to not be working, but we need to get it working, and it needs to be able to shred, because you need green matter, you need dry wood, you need wet, you need everything, and then the food waste. And then we need a proper food composter, which the food has to be crushed. It can't just be dumped in like that. So that's part of the thing. And then you've got a composter which has several compartments, and then it turns every 12 hours, aerates the thing. You add sawdust, you add earth, and we've got all of that here. You add the leaves, you add the wood, etc., and you get compost in addition to the leaf compost that we talk about. This would require also a small shed, because it can't stay in the rain. That's another budget requirement, probably close to 4 lakhs or so it's going to cost for everything, including the shed and all that. So, and then of course ideally we should constantly be doing a better job on food segregation. Particularly the meat products are difficult to compost, so somehow if we can find a way, we'll think about it. There are lots of cats in the neighborhood, and they wouldn't mind some of your bones, I think, but that's something that you could start to try. But that would be something that we have to see how to deal with that. Maybe that can be dealt with separately and sent off to the outside people who come pick up our stuff. So that's about it for me. Thank you very much. This is a picture of the Workers' Day last year, and this is something I think we should continue for sure. So thanks a lot. Great to be among you.
So the water story is something that we all are encountering it every day, because the digging is progressing very well. It started on the 6th of November, and in less than 3 weeks we've almost done about 80% of our community. I went across to our neighboring layouts where the water work is happening, and for some brilliant reason the digging is going on aggressively. And I think we are slightly ahead of the other 2 communities that I visited, and soon, I think by end of next week, we will be done with at least the trenching and putting the pipes, then the connections. And I think the other part is that we'll have to inspect the big main old tank that we have, and understand what is the situation of that, because we've not really kind of actually gone out and inspected it recently. When Arun and team started the water supply earlier, we had created a new tank, which is now looking like a big blessing, because in LG they don't seem to have a second tank, and the president of the community told me that BWSSB says that unless you hand over that tank to us, we will not be able to progress the work. So for us, we have a second tank. We'll have to we'll have to hand it over to the BWSSB folks. They will inspect it, they will repair it and use it. So that is the status. I keep getting questions about what will happen to the road once the digging work is in progress, but I think this is going to be a long journey. What they've told us at this point, at least what I can confirm will happen, is really that they will put jelly and they will do a rough tarring on top of that. The entire road is not going to be done by BWSSB, is what I understand, and this too will be done only after the sewage work is done. While there is a March kind of a date that they have spoken about, the reality is I think there are some technical glitches in that on the the sewage piece, and when it happens, you'll all be the first to know about it. One big change from last bomb to this bomb is that there was a substantial amount of money that had been kept aside for the STP and all of that. Now with BWSSB coming in, a lot of that can be set aside for really doing the road work, I think, and there are some discussions happening in BOM about doing something far more fundamental in terms of putting trenches so that tomorrow there are no needs of pipes being put in. There's also a discussion saying that now we are reliant on geo. Should we also now that the roads are cut, also put other options of cable, internet and things like that. So that's really what I have as far as water is concerned. I just wanted one last point, was that a lot of pipes are getting cut, and especially in the third phase, I think many homes are suffering because water supplies has not been happening in the kind of intensity it used to happen in the past. So I think just a matter of another week, there's a big pipe that's again got cut somewhere on in the third phase, and that is going to create a little more disruption. So request your patience on that. Otherwise, we are hoping that water will flow into Ferns maybe in 2025, later half of 2025. Yeah.
With respect to electrical highlights, historically we have lot of we work very closely with BESCOM. Not for good reasons, for wrong reasons. We had historically 4 billing disputes or meter settlements, which was going on for almost like several years. Luckily, this year, of all the 4 meter, 2 meters, finally we have an official memorandum confirming that they're permanently surrendered. So whatever is the outstanding payments needs to be done for that, it has been done, and disputes of the 2 meters have been settled. However, we have 2 more meters where the discussions are still on. We are following up with the BESCOM officials. Following up with the government officials has never been easy. We are continuing to do that, and it's a huge amount. It goes into more than 10 lakhs. So we are working along with them to waive off that outstanding amount and see if we can come to a settlement for the other 2 meters. Another positive thing is we have a new transformer installed close to plot 150. And that earlier transformer had a lot of challenges. With the new transformer, at least the second main, the distributions of the load is hoping it is taken care now. Couple more things from a safety point of view we have done is we have strengthened the electrical light poles, some were denting and some required little more strengthening. So that exercise was carried out, as well as we have put in, we had a fire incident, I don't recollect the name, but we had a fire incident in this year and so we have also put a 40 jelly, so that it, that is one of the another measure that we have taken in and around the transformer. These were some of the highlights so far. We'll continue to follow up with BESCOM on the other two disputed meters. Yeah, that's all I had. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So Lokesh and myself, we both look after club. As some of you would know, in September, up to September, Sharan was looking after club, and for their personal reasons, he has resigned from the BOM. And so since then, Lokesh and I have started looking after the club. And so, do you guys know what happens after Mahabharata battle? Like, up to Mahabharata battle, everybody knows. But do you know what happens after the battle? So I also don't know. But so this is like this entire year we had this Mahabharata battle, and now basically this is after the battle. So there is all, I think you know all the history behind this. But lot of credit to Sharan and Arun. I think I believe they are not here. But club has seen lot of work in the last year. I know there are some lapses, but in terms of work, it's been stellar. And those of you who are using the snooker room, gym, and all the facilities, especially the library, credit goes to Balaji. So we have lot of good work has been done in the clubhouse, and so I'm here just to say thanks for the folks who have worked on this. And okay, so. And going forward, also I have some good news, because I don't know, some of you might know, Lokesh is the owner of a school in Rampura, landmark school, wonderful school. If you are going towards Awalhalli, you would see that. So he's the right person to take up this turf court project, because he has done one really good quality turf court in his school. And with his expertise, we would be able to do the turf court in the empty ground in the clubhouse. This is a project we have been debating for quite some time, and we have budgeted it for it. But because of lack of expertise and time, this was never taken up. But so just like I think the club is going to see good days. We have the gym, we have library, we have snooker room, and I think very soon we will have a wonderful turf court, so our kids can really enjoy playing football, cricket, and lot of sports. And and then this lawn also, I think by next function whenever we are having, I think this club lawn will be a great place. Right now it's little not so in good shape, but we are going to take this up also. So, and so very recently we had Diwali party. So thanks to all the subcommittee members. So. And then there were some men also, but no thanks, So, and then we have these facilities. So, if you guys have, those of you don't step into the club often, please go ahead and use this. Our club is really now, slightly upmarket place. So, so yeah, this is the library. It's also a wonderful place. Please make use of this. It's a nice place to have a good read, or if you're meeting any friends, this is a good place to sit. It's a nice place. Please go and take a look. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much, and hopefully it'll be a peaceful year ahead.
So, Kishore, you had to say that before I could give the legal update. Well, good evening to everyone. I'm Mahesh. Me and my better half, Kusuma, both of us bought a plot in third phase, that's 177. And we're very proud as we stepped in, planned to build a house. we realized there is a legal case. There's a problem in accessing our plot, and that was quite surprising. And I landed up in last year's AGM here, going around asking questions to people like, what's here, what's happening, can I get something? But then most of the people in the bomb as well as here said, this guy is giving a lot of headache, give him the headache. So that's how I'm here, in the bomb, managing the legal part. Right? So most importantly, it's not just me. Lokesh, Harsha, Kishore from the bomb are a part of legal team, and we're supported by Biju and David Ramesh as a part of the subcommittee. Right. So as most of you know about these cases, as because we've been discussing this, I just want to give you a quick highlight on the three different challenges we face and also where we stand right now. One disclaimer, what we wish to do is, because these are serious issues and we believe there are a lot to be discussed, because 5 minutes to 10 minutes is not sufficient, because there is a lot of exchange of information and inputs to be done. Hence we are planning for a town hall very shortly, wherein we would have more information which we have received from a legal team as well as a legal counsel, as well as review. After thorough review with our legal team and the bomb, we will be able to have a more detailed discussion together. The phase 3 case, that's the Ashok Reddy, the alleged encroachment case from Ashok Reddy. We have received a court notice. We've got a lawyer, an advocate representing us in court. All the parties, there are about 3 plot owners from firms who have been party to the case, association as well, FBD as an entity, and the 3 developers all been made party to the case. And currently it's been being heard at the court, and that's where it stays, and we would give you constant updates on how this progresses. Somewhere in the month of March, April, while we were trying to dig deep into the third phase case, is when we stumbled upon and again another alleged claim by another family living within the same locality, that they do claiming to have ownership of survey number of some portion of land in survey number 124/1, which basically is stretching from the security shed on the left side of our entrance to the main entrance, as well as the parking area. Right. I'm saying, as we've discussed earlier as well in the town halls, we had some discussions with the family, and we also discussed with the builder, and we also have engaging with our legal counsel on this matter. During the same course of time, within a period of a month or 2, we also had another person coming forward and claiming survey number 123/3, which again spans up from our kids play area all the way up to half of the swimming pool. So both which we've stumbled upon this year, and actions taken so far is basically we have, as per what we had discussed in the last town hall, we have engaged a legal firm, and we've given them all the related documents. And I'm just keeping this short, though there is a lot of discussions happened before that, as well as efforts before that. We've collected a lot of documents ranging from agreement to sale, sale deeds, brochures, and a lot of information which we're able to gather from the residents, early buyers, I'm saying people who moved in earlier, who was having some greater detail of documentation with them as they directly engaged with firms in the beginning. And we've shared this with our legal firm with whom we are engaging right now, and they've come back to us with an initial draft which is being reviewed by our legal team, and very shortly we would be calling out for a town hall where we could discuss all the details with everyone here. Right. While I say this, I'd just like to take a moment to thank everyone who's assisted us in this process. Apart from the legal team, I'm saying, Peter is someone who's been able to give us a lot of inputs in all these kind of town halls. Apart from this, he also spent some considerable time with Harsha, sharing in all the information he had, and also insights about whatever he could, share with us. Albert is again another person who gave a lot of documents, shared a lot of documents. He did that through David Ramesh. Raj Mohan, we had a very good, interaction. All three of us, I'm saying, myself, Lokesh, and Harsha, when we met here for the Independence Day, he shared a lot of inputs, his experience, his early experiences while he was a president, and some of the things how, he had certain indemnity bonds, which he also shared, indemnity agreements, which he shared with us as well. David Ramesh, as soon as he joined us on the subcommittee, was really gracious enough and kind enough to reach out to a lot of early people whom he knew and get us some more documents, which as our lawyer, as our legal counsels were continuously asking us that help us with as many documents as possible, which could help us strengthen our stand. Right, and Lokesh, I'm saying. How much of I say it's less, because as Kishore said, he owns a school. I'm saying there are multiple things he does, and getting any documents from any of these government offices, you can understand how difficult it is. But he made it a cakewalk for us. Just at a phone call, quite a lot of people, everything would come to us at our office here. Right, that not just here, or even to our legal team as well. And speaking the language, right, I'm saying there's something called as what's actually right, legally right, what is actually what we believe is right, and then there is practicality, right. He's the right word for practicality, where he could actually, even when we are sitting and talking to the legal counsel, when we can give some documents, we say how this can actually practically be the right one, right. That one. And last but not the least, I would like to express sincere gratitude to Biju Vargas, who's been really generous in taking our time out of his busy schedule, because this is legal matter, and he's been really generous enough in giving his time, and also say that if he were to bill us, our maintenance would go up by another 3 rupees or 4 rupees, I don't know, but then he's doing it as a pro bono. Thanks a lot, Biju. Really appreciate it. Yeah. And just that, if I'm not, there are a lot of people who've been really, nice. I think all the people before me have told how, how generous and how nice this society has been. I'm saying the community has been. People have been kind enough to share all the information available. Sometimes we could have, different opinions. It's fine. We can always respectfully agree to disagree. But getting that perspective is very important. And as Abhilash said, right, I'm saying we're just here and just trying to put our foot together. We might slip something, but then I'm sure we are in safe hands. We are with a larger community, which is ensuring we're going in the right direction with all the inputs and support. Yeah, with that, I'm done. Thanks.
Navid, okay, it's here.
Now, I'll just take a minute. In a hurry, I just kind of missed out. I could rather request Biju if you could just have a couple of words.
So first of all, I have to clarify a misunderstanding with Mahesh. He thinks it's pro bono, and now that he said that, I'm not paying my maintenance for the next few years. We'll offset it against that. With that, even before I speak about a couple of minutes on the legal issues, what I would like to say is, a number of issues we heard about what in the recent past what has happened, and to recount what happened when I came to buy this property here. When we came into this layout, instantly we realized that this is the place where we want to live. The greenery, and it only strengthened over a period of time of the last 7-8 years that we've been here. we realized that, the camaraderie among people, that's what really matters. And there were several instances when there were problems where we stood together as one. And standing together as one is the biggest strength beyond your legal cases, beyond other things. So that's a very, very important thing. People who have come here, who are staying here, have done that. But it's also important for people who are not staying here, who own plots, to contribute to these efforts to maintaining the integrity, the sanctity of this community. That's very, very critical. With that, I had the opportunity, the people who are sitting behind me here have done a lot of work. What I have done is on the boundaries, seeing a little bit of papers and seeing, okay, this is good, this is not so good, so on. So in the last few months, intense efforts have been put into collect documents, historical documents, to see where we stand in respect of various disputes that have come to the fore. The situation is serious from what I see, and it's real imminent. Unless we take very serious note of it and put very serious effort and very serious money behind it, this is not going to be the same. People have been nibbling at boundaries at various places. We have, as you mentioned, Ashok Reddy case, then right behind where we are standing, the main entrance, the parking lot, all of it are under attack. And now, why is it under attack? As they dig papers, they see there are several defects in the papers that we own. While the builder may have promised something, it's not on record. We all believe that this community, as bounded by the walls, belong to us. There are pockets of land which is in dispute and in question, and unless we fight that out very, very seriously, we may lose that, including a main entrance. You may have, people may think, okay, I'm not living here. For those who are not residents here, I'm staying somewhere else. It's an investment. Now it's selling at 6, 7, 8 or whatever it is. And tomorrow it is real that it can drop to 2,000 rupees if you have a side entrance from somewhere to come into the property and you have openings at multiple places. So this is what we realized when we started looking at papers is the promises made in terms of the brochures for the early buyers are not correct. They did some initial steps, the properties have been sold, the sites have been sold with some titles, the common areas, many of it is half-baked. We are sitting on it, we have the possession, but we don't have correct papers. So people have now saw that the value, particularly in the front, has gone up, and they're trying to now see that they can take possession of it and fight us. And it's just by sitting there and thinking, okay, everything will be all right, we are sitting in possession, is not going to solve the problem. And as Mahesh mentioned, I think somewhere down the line when we have more clarity, we are looking at those papers, we share it with the community, and we need to be prepared to see what action we can take, what's the best solution to resolve this problem and have peace. So that is something which will come in due time. With that I stop because there's nothing more to go into the technicalities of it at this time. The only thing to convey is that there is a real problem. Thank you.
Good evening. You want to talk? No, let him talk.
Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to step in for Eden. And before we do the treasurer's report, I think we have an interesting development. You know, you see all these people sitting on that side, all fresh young Turks. We have about 75% of them knowing exactly, telling the older guys how to actually run the business now. So there are a lot of lessons for us to learn from these young Turks. And the kind of acceptability they have, I think we're feeling jealous, but it's okay. I think we still learn a lot. The best part is that we keep learning and we keep evolving. And in that same direction, what we did was, when we had a chance to look at the audited reports, as much as we thought about young blood, we have our very own young Turk sitting here, who's Navid works for Bosch, one of the most reputed companies in the world, not only in India. He's a chartered accountant by profession, and I said this time we should encourage our own talent to do the job. of course, we spoke to two senior people, which is Ramarao and Mani, and they said yes, we should hand over this responsibility to Navid. And the only lesson that we learned as seniors was that while it was easier to manage Ramarao and Mani, when you had to deal with Navid, I think it took a lot of learnings for it. Basically, he put us on an exam trail. He asked so many why that some of the answers we didn't know. So he was actually doing it like an exam, asking every little detail. And I think it's so interesting for us because while the senior gentleman knew exactly what was going on, the best part of Navid was that he wanted to understand exactly line by line. So what took Ramarao and Mani about 2 weeks, it took 1 month for Navid, not because he was not capable, the amount of depth and detail he went into. I think for us it's very, very encouraging because I think as we do this exercise, I think the strengthening of the financial outcome will be much, much better.
Yeah,
so I want to introduce Navid to this platform and he has a few words to say.
I had 3 meetings with Navid. and each meeting took almost 1 hour. So I was thinking, Ramarao, I sat with him. It took only 10 minutes. So I was surprised at the way he asked questions. And he called for records. And he called for vouchers. He called all that and then only he was satisfied. Come now.
Okay. Thank you, David uncle and Eden uncle. I think you've made my work easier now. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Naved. I live in plot number 94, and also myself and Sankar uncle is hiding over there. So, we're part of the audit committee for this fiscal. So, as part of the audit committee, our duty is to look into the financial health of the layout accounts and, of course, the club accounts, which are maintained separately. In terms of the health, it's talking about the independence of the auditors, the internal controls, whether all the due diligence and all the checks are being followed in terms of, the spends, be it revenue spends, small items, or also the capital expenditure. I think in some of the earlier slides you would have seen, refurbishment of the club, the gym, the library, toilets, not to mention the toilets. So a lot of work has been done, no doubt about it. And in the course of fulfilling that duty, I spent a lot of time with our treasurer, Eden, and also with the auditors, checked with them, a lot of back and forth correspondences, just to satisfy ourselves that everything that needs to be done is being followed and all the processes are being followed. And I can confirm that, in terms of the internal controls, we have a very sound process which is being followed. I think even the team over here, the treasurer, they're doing a good job. And in terms of managing all our finances, and it's big money, so it's not an easy job. I think it's a very responsible job, and I can safely say they're doing a good job. So that's one thing. Yeah, thank you. And moving to the other part, I think in terms of the key takeaways, if there's a couple of points that I'd like to bring out in this forum, it would be just 3 points. One is looking at the legality of things, the club. I think we spoke about it a lot. There are certain inter-entity balances between FMPOWA and the club account, so that's something we will look into in the coming months, just to see how we can closely work on that. The other thing is the receivables. I think I'd mentioned it in my audit committee report as well. We have a sizable amount, close to 1 crore, which are layout dues, both layout and club dues. As the layout grows in size, more and more people coming in, it is imperative that we maintain the upkeep of the standard of all the facilities that we're providing, be it the gym, be it the library, not just maintaining it but also enhancing it, so that this is what people look forward to when they come in over here. So big money involved, and I think one of the points I've mentioned is that we have a subcommittee to closely monitor this and try to work on these dues, because almost 50% of these dues that I'm talking about have been overdue for a period of over 5 years. So it's not something that developed overnight, it's a process. So I think that's something we need to work on. The other point is the statutory auditors. I think they've been associated with FMPOWA for the last 6 fiscal years. So I think it's a good practice that we rotate them every 3 to 4 years. So that's another proposal I've put forth. And that's pretty much it. So I'd end on that note. I'd like to end, and I wish you all a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eden has asked me to do the talking, so I'll just present the slides. So before we present the slides, I think I just want to reassure you that when you look at the numbers there, the health of the finance is very, very strong. Year on year, I think as and when the community goes, our checks and balances are increasing. The only thing that we see is our balances are getting strengthened more and more. I think our reserves are growing because I think the way that we conduct our business, the way that we manage our funds, and of course for Eden it's a pretty good job. It is a pretty tough job, I must say, because he's a gatekeeper of our funds. He's got a line by line item to withhold, and every time somebody makes undue demands, I think he becomes the most unpopular gentleman in the community. It's not an easy task for him, I can tell you, because everybody thinks that the funds are there to be used, and Eden can be the bad man if he gives, and he can be a good man if he gives. Sometimes, of course, I think Eden uses his judgment in the interest of the community to put that extra little fund into whatever activity is going on. But if you look at the board, today as we speak, we are at about 2.5 crores sitting in the bank in various instruments, which is also giving us income from interest. I think some of the good work that all the previous treasurers have done, right from the last one being, of course he's dead, so Murli, I think thank you for putting the perspective now, also guided by Mani and Ramarao and the previous advisors. I think we are in a pretty strong position. 2.5 crores comes out of every year. We put 10% of our sinking fund, 10% of the collectibles goes into a sinking fund, which is hardly touched. We don't touch that money because I think the BOM and the community does not allow us to touch that money unless there is a real excuse. But if you look at the board, I think we have 2.5 crores. What we've also not mentioned is what Navid spoke about. We have 2.5 crores of physical cash lying in various instruments, lying in various accounts as advised by our previous treasurers and Ramarao and Mani. We also have, like what Navid said, 1.25 crores that is to be collected. So ideally, if you look at it, physical money 2.5 crores, virtual money 1.25 crores. It is a pretty good situation to be in. If we also have a good situation at the club today. If you look at 51 lakhs, and club is a position where there is a no profit no loss club. Whatever money we get, we are supposed to spend for the benefit of the community in terms of development activities, functions, whatever may be it. But if you look at it, we generally collect about 30-35 lakhs. That is a collectible amount. But if you look at it, we have around 51 lakhs there. That is because we do some parties, we get some transfer funds. Whenever property gets sold, we get some transfer amounts. So today we are in a pretty good situation. So for people who are listening and across the world, I think I just want to reassure that the work of the treasurer, the BOM, and also the community that keep checking on us. I think it is also a good way of looking at how we spend. We also get a lot of feedback saying that why you're spending here, why you're spending there. And sometimes it is actually wake-up call to make sure that, if there is a line item that we need to spend, we are not going over above that. And if we get feedback like that, I think Eden is putting his first foot forward and said you can't spend that money. Eden, if you want to add anything, please go ahead.
David, I have been given only 15 minutes as per the schedule, and already 5 minutes he has taken off. So we have got, he said, so we go into the next. That is income. Okay. CapEx. I'm going straight to the budget of CapEx for the layout, and these are the amount I am asking for y'all to sanction. That is for recharge wells 8 lakhs, CCTV installation 6 lakhs, and funds for compound wall 11 lakhs, computer equipment 45,000. That's already over. We already bought the computer. And then the electrical equipment 10,000 and survey charges 1 lakh. On survey charges, would you like to talk on the survey charges? 1 lakh, that's okay. And on the OPEX salary 35 lakhs, security 36 lakhs. That is totally 71 lakhs. That's the most major expenses we are facing now. And layout maintenance cost is 29 lakhs, administrative cost is only 9 lakhs, and provision for legal expenses is 15 lakhs. Provisional for legal expenses, you want to talk about it? 15 lakhs. Why do you want 15 lakhs? That you tell me. because I am talking on them.
So, yeah, so we certainly need that, as you know, as you're seeing this, that we might have to engage with. Can you hear me now? Is it okay? Yeah. So as you could hear and see that we have been challenged on. Is it okay now? Yeah. So we've got three different issues to be addressed, and we might have to engage various legal counsels apart from whom we've already engaged. And some of the payments which we've made is only part payment. While the case goes on, there are more fees to be paid. Keeping those things in mind is where this request is being put across.
Thank you. And now we are coming to the statement on layout incomes. Income from annual maintenance fee is 98 lakhs. Interest on FD and other deposit, that is bank FDs, is around 15.5 and 1.86 lakhs, and other income is 2.27. So total is around 1 crore 17 lakh 75,000. And we go to expense account, layout maintenance cost is around 59.97 lakhs. Administrative cost is 12.97, and salary benefits is 32.16, and security is 22.75. So that is coming to around 1.28 crores. And this is the capex expenditure. For borewell we require 4 numbers more, that is 19 lakhs. A recharge well is 10 lakhs. CCTV 6 lakhs. And the new and old gate. But new and old gate we are not taking, no? The new and old gate is kept pending. We are not going. Okay, we are not going for it. And then compound wall, another 1 lakh, and assets below 20,000, that's all. Acha, in this borewell of 4 numbers, 19 lakhs, we actually spent 21 lakhs, 53,000 rupees. It is overspent was by 2.53 lakhs. And for recharge well, no, we have overspent around 29,000. And I'm coming to the club budget. The club budget, we are going in for CCTV 2 numbers. That's 12,000. Turf multiple court, 18,000. Furniture and fixture, sorry, 18 lakhs. Furniture and fixture, 35,000. Electrical and internal is 3 lakhs. Sports and area, fencing, drainage, civil works, 4 lakhs. The sports and this, you want to talk about it? Huh? No, what is it exactly? No, you need to explain to them what is it. The 18 lakhs plus the...
Yeah, so the turf court, multi-purpose turf court is 18 lakhs. And that whole basketball area and the turf court area, it's facing apartments behind ours. So when the kids play cricket and football, etc., so the ball goes to the other side and the neighbors complain. So we want to put a fencing all around. And then we need to provide for drainage and some civil works. So that's about 4 lakhs. And then entire area is, we're going to put some floodlights kind of thing so that the kids can play a little, in the night as well. So.
Thank you. And we come under OPEX, it is club house maintenance is around 10 lakhs. Swimming pool, slide and R&M, which is around it's around 20,000. Our employee cost is 10 lakh 43,000. Administrative expenses 90,000. Property tax is 1 lakh. That is every year we have to pay for property for the club. And cultural and social we have kept around 1 lakh. That is for the ladies. For the ladies to spend. For the ladies to spend. What is it? Ah. The, the turf multi-purpose list, they want more detail. But Shanti is not happy with what your explanation. You have to.
Sure.
So, I don't know if you guys remember, for the past 3 years, 3 years back, the children have given a petition requesting that they need a turf court because they play football on this hard court and lot of injuries happen. And more and more young parents are joining our community, and there are a lot of children who are like of the age that they like to play these games. And this hard court is very harmful, and kids are very small. They don't understand that they're playing on the hard court. They do bicycle kicks and like all kinds of stunts. So there have been a lot of injuries recently. So, and these guys have submitted a petition requesting for a turf court. Turf court is like this artificial grass where you can play football and you can slide, and you know, if you are a goalkeeper, you can. I'm sorry. Yeah, it can be used for cricket. No, tennis. I'm not sure. Lokesh, do you want to mention what are the games we can play on it? Football and cricket, we expect.
Hello. Yeah, see, not only for children, even for adults can play. It is since we are installing floodlight, it can be played day and night. Hello. Yeah, since we are installing floodlight and also fencing up to 20 feet height, it can be played children's and adult. Like it's like 24/7. Whenever you want, you can play. Sorry?
Roller skating.
No. Skating cannot be played on the turf. Swimming? That should be in the swimming pool, man.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
The turf court which you're talking about is a fantastic idea for the kids, but maintenance is real high maintenance, because I know my son was a state basketball player. I know what was happening in Kantira Stadium. You really have to maintain it, and after a few years, it really goes bad and nobody is going to take it. And you're talking about floodlights. The electricity bill from the floodlights is going to go real high. So let's think of something which is eco-friendly kind of a thing and work on it instead of a multi-turf court which you're talking about.
Even I have a turf court in my school.
And nobody is going to buy it second-hand from us. It's going to be in shambles.
It cannot sell also.
So just think about it. And the kids,
the turf durability will be 8 to 10 years, not beyond that.
And the kids are going to grow up also.
Yeah, of course.
And new kids are going to come.
Coming.
Yeah, newcomers are coming.
Again, they'll do kids. Parallelly, even small will get.
No. I'm just telling, just think about it and work out something which is eco-friendly, not something which is artificial grass. That's all.
Yeah, and also maybe something which is more multi-purpose, not only football and cricket. Maybe, you know, where they can also. What about tennis? What about skate?
We have the other part
okay.
where we can take next year. Maybe it's like a badminton and basketball. Like one by one, we are planning to.
Okay. So there'll be
implement.
two zones.
Because since we don't have budget for everything, and this year we're planning to go with turf and cricket. Maybe for next year. Yeah, see, we can go for eco-friendly. When rain comes, definitely we cannot play a game in natural grass. When it comes to a turf, even after rain, after 15 minutes you can start the game. But when it comes to eco-friendly like natural grass, you cannot play. And also like, again, even natural grass, so there will be maintenance compared to your turf court. No, anyhow, it's majority of the.
Rakesh, can I speak?
Yeah. Let's switch on that mic.
So, I think there are two clarifications. We just wanted to quickly give on the courts. One is that we'll be doing only the football or the one on the other side, not the basketball court, which is going to have both football and cricket as the options. Going back to what Sufia was talking about, the reality is that the real turf is it's going to be impossible to maintain when you have 30 children playing football or cricket on a regular basis, because even proper football courts like which are stadiums like Kantirva and all that, those courts also start to deteriorate very very quickly, and you will not be able to use it through the year because of the mud coming out and things like that. So we've gone in for a solution which really is a very tried and tested international level court that people can use while they are using it in a very rough way. So that is the reason why we've gone in for a fiber sort of a court, artificial grass court. The second part is that whether we can use it for other sports or other activities. Currently the basketball court is not going to be touched, so in that people can use their scooters and skateboards and things like that at this point. And next year or year after, when we have the right kind of budgets, we will be able to kind of refurbish that as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Where is the mic, the second one?
Yeah.
And Nishad, you should remember we need footwear for the kids. You need special footwear for this multi
Absolutely,
because
because not so much for the court as much as for our own children. We don't want them to break their knees and ankles and all of that.
No, Nishad, this becomes a big problem because they just grow. The sizes become bigger by 1 year, 1.5 years later. Because I know that because it's a personal experience. That's why I'm just pointing out shoes are very important.
Yes.
So just let's keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Yeah. So even in our table tennis court now we have those non-marking shoes and stuff like that. So that's a reality when you go in for something world class.
No, everybody should be aware of that.
Yeah, just two things. One is, do you have other alternatives and the costs so that we can compare, right? I'm sure a lot of discussions have happened and you guys have come out with this. Speaking loud, the mic is not loud enough. Hey, can you increase the volume of this mic?
You can increase your voice. It's working.
No, it's working.
Yeah.
No.
Both are working.
Yeah. Sorry, just 2-3 points. One is, what are the alternatives? Because the expense of putting it up and maintaining looks to be very high, number one, because if you say our annual collection in club is let's say 20 lakhs. We are kind of putting that entire amount into this, right? What are the alternatives? Did we consider the alternatives and what are the costs, right? Then we'll be able to make an informed decision as to what it is, because an AstroTurf is meant for professional areas. It can be like a school, it can be like a professional club, etc., right? This is a residential club. Do we have to really spend that much amount of money to put up an AstroTurf, especially floodlights, etc., etc.? Something we need to kind of discuss and vote on it separately, and not have it as part of the overall budget, because then you can either say yes or no, right? You say yes to a whole budget or you say no to a whole budget. Please bring it out as a separate resolution even now, so that people can vote on it. But before voting, everybody has to understand what is the conversation which happened behind this, what are the alternatives, right? Should we really go for this? Should we go for, somebody said environmentally friendly, and grass court, because grass football grounds are very, very common, right? And everybody uses it. It's not that people are going to get hurt or whatever. Let's have a discussion and then do that. Second point is, legally, I don't think the club is still completely very clear it's ours. So we need to be, this point has come up earlier also in our earlier discussion. Should we actually have that kind of investment in a club which we don't completely own currently? So my request is, if you can explain the reasoning, then we can vote on it as a separate resolution and not as part of the overall budget.
So the second question first. Legally in the next 100 years, I'm not sure if we are going to get a clarity around it. Honestly. Okay, so while we are living here, I think since there is enough money in the kitty, and there is a phase, there will be kids who will enjoy it for 10 years. Let the investment be made, 18 lakhs for a large community, 200 acres, 200 residents with 36 acres is good. That 18 lakhs is an insignificant amount for the value of the quality time that the children will have playing. So I think we shouldn't think too much about it. Great for putting it to vote. I would canvass for people to vote for that this thing. Otherwise, we might as well live in an apartment, might as well live somewhere else. So please do spend that money is my campaign for that.
I would like to add just few comments. One is, this 18 lakhs is actually, this budget has been carrying 15 lakhs for the same item for a long time. It's just that we didn't do because every time we budgeted, first of all, none of us knew how to build this in a cost-effective way. Only because this is a golden opportunity for us, because Mr. Lokesh is in charge of the club and he has a school and where he has done this exact turf court of high quality. So we have very good confidence that it will be done at a very good price. I mean, in fact, we spent a lot of time on this. Just to give you the specific, we are not giving this as a turnkey basis to a contractor. We are doing a lot of things ourselves to save GST, and there is a lot of technical costing that is involved. The only thing that we are doing is buying the turf material from a vendor. Everything else we are doing in-house. Yeah.
Can you also think of using the hard court for other purposes like pickleball or something?
Absolutely,
like that?
absolutely. So
yes. Because that's a low cost investment as well, along with the turf. Yes. I'm okay with the turf as well.
Yes. So the plan is, if you see, all that we do in this layout is go for walks. That's the only thing that we have, and people are very happy that okay, now we have road. I think these days we can't even walk, So now we really need to, like Biju mentioned, we have 200 families. The demographic is changing. Young parents are coming. Very young children are now running around. We need to provide them a safe environment away from the digital and iPad and all that stuff. For me, the main reason why I joined BOM 2 years back or 3 years back was to do something for the kids. And I got a lot of cooperation to kind of improve the kids' play area. Then this something here I wanted to do. The hard court is something that we already have. It can be used for a lot of things. We will also do some touch-up for that. But the turf club is really going to be a game changer for the kids. We need to provide that safe environment for them to play. And then it can be used on rainy days, during the nights. It's an all-weather thing. And eco-friendly, everything. See, you just have to look around the city and see what every institution is providing. Turf court is a standard infrastructure in any institution now. The reason is it has proven to be cost effective and functional, compared to maintain lawn-based football court is wonderful. As you guys know, only international football clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid have lawn-based, grass-based football courts. Everybody has turf-based courts. That is very cheap, relatively speaking. So I think, and this is a budget not newly introduced. We have been carrying about 15 lakhs for the last several years. The reason we didn't do it because we didn't feel confident enough to execute this project. But now it is because of Lokesh, I feel that this would be a great opportunity for us to use this window and to get this project done.
Yeah. So I also want to add in my bit. I think thank you, Biju, for bringing this up. I think what we've seen over the last 2-3 years, the kids really want a place to play. When they come here, they only find a hardcore place where which is more prone to injury. Even the smallest of apartments that we have, 100 apartment complex has one of the finest courts and basketball courts or a small turf area. I think we are devoid of that. I think investing in that kind for the future of our kids, I think is a great investment. We get regular calls from the kids saying that we have everything except this. as much as we made progress on the snooker room, the library, and the gym, I think these are two pending projects that we need to execute. I think once this is done, I think we more or less have some basic infrastructure in place.
Excuse me.
You have to stand away from the speaker, not in line with the speaker. You have to stand.
Anyway, see, I think the bomb's missing the point here. I don't think anybody here is questioning having a facility for the kids. I don't think anybody is questioning that they need that. The question very specifically is on AstroTurf. I think that is the main question that's coming up. Is there an alternative that has been explored? If so, what is the alternative? A little bit of clarity on that. Yeah? So, instead of going on debating this point and arguing, if we can get this separately listed, what are the alternatives considered, what works, what doesn't work, simple, just off the top of my head, we can have an excellent lawn over there and kids can play on the lawn. We grew up playing on lawns. We didn't have AstroTurf. And I think we are fine for it, right? So AstroTurf might be a complete luxury. Instead of AstroTurf, we can have, and maintenance of a lawn can be much easier. We have staff. Lawn can be mowed on a periodic basis. You can put the whatever lawn feeds and things like that are there. That can be put. It can be maintained. So I think the question again, I don't want to discuss this or debate this too much, but I'm just trying to point out to the bomb. The question is not on the overall process. It's not about having not having a place for the kids. It's specifically on the AstroTurf. I don't know whether someone else has got some other views.
Just a comment. It's not AstroTurf. I don't know what it is. AstroTurf is hockey and like it's a different thing, very expensive thing. This is like a regular, it's like where you wipe your feet in front of, it's a very cheap stuff. I mean, cheap as in it's very cost effective. I mean, the point is the entire world, the entire city of Bangalore, every residential, respectable residential project has a turf court. Okay. Now, are we, I mean, okay, my point is, this is the only sensible, commercially viable sports facility that has been followed by all the residential projects all over India, in fact, abroad also. Wherever you see the football and cricket, this is all played. The people who are renting it, you know, there are a lot of rental places which rent this place. I take kids from me and Kavita and few parents, take 10 kids, 10 to 12 kids from here on several Sundays and rent this place, you know, for paying quite a bit of money. So what I'm saying, this is the standard across the city, across the world. So I don't see, it's not AstroTurf by the way. AstroTurf is what you use in hockey stadiums. That's very expensive. So this is, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
If it's not after AstroTurf and it's one of these things that we use for wiping, be very careful. They release very dangerous chemicals. If you want to do a research on the internet, you will find enough and more information about this. So,
folks, 1 second.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen. Good. What have we done in this layout for children for the last many years?
Again, Kishore, you're missing the point. We are not saying don't do it for children. We are questioning why AstroTurf, why something artificial, when you can give them a healthy lifestyle having natural stuff. It's as simple as that. It is not about not having place for kids. We all support that. I signed that saying, yes, we need it.
David, 1 minute.
Yeah, Kishore.
David, 1 minute.
Kishore,
see, I wanted to show you.
Yeah, 1 sec. Kishore,
yeah.
just let me. 1 sec. I just want to tell, if you're already pooling in and taking the kids, let's work out a way that we can take the kids properly. Work out some way. You're not going to spend 18 lakhs for that.
I have one simple question. If this project was done by a builder and villas were sold to the members, the first thing that the builder would do is a turf club.
Yeah,
okay?
but
now
big if.
We are here.
That's a big if. If it was done 20 years back, then it's a big if.
What I am trying to say is, as residents, we should step up and avail ourselves facilities that a premium builder would provide for a residential community.
We are not builders.
But we are living in a community, and why are the builders doing it?
No, Kishore, I'm not confrontational. I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Spending this 18 lakhs, including this, let's have a separate, demarcation and vote on it. Okay. So
I'm open for voting.
Yeah. So that
I'm
should
open
be
for
much
voting.
better, I feel. I mean, it's...
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, don't preach all this eco-friendly stuff here. We can vote. All right?
No, it's not a question of preaching.
I mean,
no, one sec. It's not It's not preaching.
Yeah.
We've been living here.
Yeah.
And we've been enjoying the amount of greenery that was there.
Yeah.
And the amount of greenery that has been already
Folks,
been
I am
demolished.
representing the parents whose children have been hurt repeatedly. I need a safe environment for the children in this layout. Now, I understand that everybody has to agree and vote for it. I'm fine. I'm okay with that.
Kishore,
we can have a resolution.
Kids. All of us have kids also. I'm not against you. I'm not against the kids.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to tell you, let's work out a way so that we can vote on it and see which is the best way. The kids definitely need a place to play.
Would there be any volunteer coming forward to evaluate different eco-friendly options and get this proposal moving forward?
I'm sure there must be some.
Yeah, I mean,
people,
can Balaji step forward? Can Murli step forward?
One second, sorry. See, guys, this is you're taking opinion from people, right? And this is the first point which Harsha made.
Yeah.
Right? It's a transparent community. You're taking opinion, right?
I'm agreeing.
Sorry, one second, Kishore,
Yeah.
sorry. You can't pass judgments on what she's saying. Right? You're passing a judgment saying don't preach. It's not right. Right? We are giving opinions, right? And everybody has their opinions.
All I'm trying to say is that you have to think why the entire city is not having lawn-based courts.
No. Kishore, it's simple.
Yeah.
Simple. See, we are not the entire committee, right? All I'm asking is simple. All we are asking is simple.
Yeah.
Have you have alternatives?
Yeah.
Considered. Can you put up the alternatives so that people can understand? And we'll vote. If everybody votes,
I will
okay,
tell
it's great.
you.
You spend 80 lakhs if everybody
I'm
votes.
sorry
no
to
problem.
take more time on this. I'll just spend 2 minutes. We have evaluated grass-based option, which is the only to be honest, either you go for artificial grass or a natural grass. The problem with natural grass is in Bangalore, half the time it is raining and slushy, and the whole reason why kids are not playing on this hard court is during rains you can't play, and it rains a lot in Bangalore, and this yeah. Yeah.
Kishore, guys, no problem. See, I don't think anybody is arguing here, right? They are giving opinions, right? And we are saying certain
All
things
I'm
which
saying
is
the
logical.
disadvantages of a grass-based
Understood.
court is
Understood.
that
I agree.
you can't play during
I understood.
rain.
I understood what he's saying. What people are saying is put it for separate vote and let's have a discussion and close it.
part
Is that
I
fine?
agree.
Yeah.
But
Fine. That's all. Otherwise, like, no, I don't think anybody is trying to confront you or whatever. It's not that.
Yeah, I just have a point. Sorry.
Okay. So Murli, I'll just leave you with these thoughts. When the BOM deliberated on this, I think there were 8 or 9 opinions. AstroTurf, turf. Finally, I think Lokesh is feeling. Lokesh is sitting quiet there. So when Lokesh came to us and said, "This is a FIFA-approved court, FIFA-approved football turf." I don't know what exactly is the composite material that is there. What Lokesh also presented to us that it has gone through some laboratory tests, which means it is user friendly. So a lot of work has been done by Lokesh. Unfortunately, I think he doesn't want to elaborate on it. But when we deliberated on this, I can give you text on this. I'm happy to give you hard copies of what the deliberations were there and why we chose turf. This is a FIFA approved turf. There is nothing less than it. It's not something that has come out of the ordinary. We are trying to do the best for our kids here. And I think 18 lakhs, of course, we respect every opinion, but we are saying that when we do something, we want to do a good job of it. Like what we did at the snooker club or what we did at the library, I think this is a replica. I think it's even better. So what will come out is something that is approved. We are not taking chances or we are not experimenting. Even before you want to think, if you want to think, we'll send out brochures saying why we chose a FIFA approved turf, because we're going to play football on it. So that is the base. If you want any text on it, I'm happy to share it with you. But I'll leave you with that thought.
David, just one point on that. Just a clarity. Is the BOM basically saying it's either this AstroTurf or nothing?
No, it's not AstroTurf, Balaji.
No, whatever material you're using, right? Whatever material you're using, are you saying it's either that or nothing?
No, we didn't say nothing. Listen, now we are saying choose.
Murli specifically pointed out 2 times, 3 times. Just list the alternatives. Let people take a call after that. And if we are saying no, it's only this that we have, then it's a different context altogether.
We leave it at that. Fine.
Kishore, before you come.
Guys, I'm sorry.
One sec. Let him speak.
Yeah.
We have a hockey expert here, he'll be speaking. So before that, before he says, see, I think once we elect a bomb and they do some job, they do the research, they do the...
Mic is off. No, he's off.
Hello? Can you hear? Okay. So see, once we elect a bomb and they do their research, they do whatever work that they do, I think we should respect that. Then again, if they have brought to you a decision, David explains that they considered various options and this seems to have been the best option, therefore they have recommended this. I think we should respect that and we should go with that is my view. And voting of course the most democratic process. Choose whatever they have listed, vote for or against it. But Prithvi had more professional comments on that.
Biju, sorry. One second. We have budgeted more than 18 lakhs also earlier, if you remember. We budgeted 25 lakhs 1 year, right? And I was there at the time. I was the treasurer at the time. We budgeted 25. It's not about the amount. It's a question of are we having a conversation about this and having a conscious decision behind it? That's all. It's not that I don't have a major view one way or other, right? I don't know about this stuff versus that work. I'm just saying as a process, when it's a high amount involved and it's a long-term investment, please put it up as a separate item so that we can discuss and close. That's all I'm saying. And not only for this, I'm saying for any kind of a big capex item, right? Normally our budgeting process, I wrote also earlier, right? I also had this in my mind 2 years back. As a budgeting process, we have always put one budget, right? It's a yes or a no for a budget. There's no in between, right? And that puts people in a very, very difficult situation. Do we say yes or no to a budget which has 3 elements I don't like, right? So as a capex, you take 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, we can decide that. But as a process, it will be great to put capex as line item by line item for large ticket amounts. This is all I'm saying.
See, Murli,
sorry, please.
Murli, 1 minute. See, we have got, as on today, we got 51 lakhs lying in the club, lying in the bank.
Today, as on 31st July.
Let me talk, you sit out there. 51 lakh, 55,000 rupees as on today. Okay. And again, how many months more we got to go? We got to go only January, February, March, and December. That means another 5 months only we got expense. So 18 lakhs spending is not an issue.
Aiden, can I talk? Hey, can I talk, Aiden? I fully agree with Balaji and Murli. We have to do our study, yes. We can't just unilaterally say, yeah, but I'm sure they've done the study. I'll tell you my experience, Balaji. I'll tell you my experience. I've been following hockey. I've been playing hockey. I've done a lot of work for clubs. My family runs a school also. For the last 30 years, they've been debating between grass and fiberglass and astroturf and all that. Now, fiberglass is something which everybody uses now because they've done their study. It has worked for them. And they always, they consider so many schools, 3,000 students, and all the parents are concerned of the children. So this is something which I feel is tested and tried. Regardless, I think, as you said, they will do their study. They'll get back to us. And we'll also vote. I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, folks, Balaji, there has not been any precedent in the past where in the AGM we proposed that we have done the study and these are the different various options, etc. A budget was presented, so we followed the same process. But we have done the study. Not only study, this has been going on for 3 years, this particular project, and so many times we considered this natural grass option. The problem is maintaining natural grass is very difficult. The ground won't be level, and during the rains it will be very slushy. The whole purpose of doing this is to prevent injuries. And like Prithvi mentioned, this is now the best practice everywhere, so we feel confident that this is the best option. Have we done study? Yes. But have we presented here? No, because that has not been the practice in any AGM where we, like Biju mentioned, the BOM does its homework and comes here and present. One thing I can tell you, we are not the sort of people who will come casually walk in and put a line item for 18 lakhs saying that, okay, approve it, So, and this has a history of 3 years of, it's a 3 years of work in the background. I mean, of course, we do that. Different quotes are there. Another thing, why I'm taking so much time here is each time when somebody is in the BOM who has expertise in a certain thing, we should take advantage of that opportunity and let that person execute a project. Because not every BOM comes with people who have the right expertise to do things. So I am saying in this window, we have Lokesh, who has a school, and schools are the ones which, I mean, as you know, schools are responsible to parents more than the builders. Schools have much more at stake to make sure that they are doing the right project with safety of kids in mind. So we will benefit from his expertise in this, and that's why I'm insisting on this window to be taken up for this project. So beyond that, it's up to you guys.
Okay, can I go ahead? Okay, now we are coming out to the. We're coming to layout, capex expenditure, excess paid more than the tax, more than the budget. Okay, borewell 4 numbers we have done during the year. Budget is 19 lakhs, but actually we have spent around 21 lakhs 53,000 rupees. That means we have overspent 2.53 lakhs. And for recharge bill, again 10 lakhs we have spent 10 lakh 29,000, and here we have overspent around 29,000. So others were not utilized. Okay. Now we are coming to defaulters. Defaulter details are given there. See, 1 year and above. See, we have got 23 defaulters with an amount of 9.65 lakhs, and between 2 and 3 years, we have got 11 defaulters with an amount of 10.49, and between 3 and 5 years, we have got 9 people, and it is 13.36 lakhs. And above 5 years, we have got 5 plot owners who has to pay around 40.99 lakhs. So totally 75 lakhs is due. 75 lakhs is due from the defaulters, and for club totally is around 58 lakhs. Okay, we are coming for ratification. The ratification for assets, borewell we have overspent around 2,53,000, and for gym allocation we have spent around 4,23,000. Here we says this additional sum was approved by BOM for borewell, and for gym location, height of the structure had to be raised at additional cost, which was approved at the first town hall meeting, and further it was ratified by BOM. So can I have the ratification on that? Beg your pardon? Where's the mic?
Residents, hello?
He's got it.
Hello? Hello? It worked? Okay. Hello? Hi. I have a question. The amounts for the gym relocation are listed, but the snooker room, which has been repeatedly asked by residents, there is nothing come out on it. So did it not cost anything? Could I have some response? And this has been asked repeatedly on official channels and directly.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like this. Okay. Every year we elect a bomb. When we elect a bomb, we have trust that they have got the best interests of the community in mind. I think we should maintain that. If they propose something, we have to have trust in them that they've made their research and they do it in the best interest of the community. I think we should back whatever they want to do. Okay, I can quote stuff which previous bombs have done, which they have not taken approval of the community, which may have been correct, which may have not been correct, but I still back them because they're doing it in the best interest of the community. I think we should do exactly the same with this bomb.
I haven't had an answer to the question I asked, that while the gym relocation budgets...
That is exactly what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Renu. The previous bomb, whatever they've done in the best interest of the community. I think we should back them.
Then why are we debating 18 lakhs on a turf court?
Exactly. I think...
Why are we debating it?
We should not debate it. We should back the bomb that they've done. They're doing everything for the best of the community.
You know, I think it's creditable that today we are having the debate on the turf and everyone is able to give their opinions on it. For the snooker room, there was nobody who could give an opinion because it was never brought to the community. And
there was no opinion on a tractor. There was no opinion on bring up the on money spent on the swimming pool. But I still back the tractor. I still back the swimming pool. I still back the billiards room. I still back everything because it was done with good intentions and with the interest of the community at heart.
Okay. Renu, I understand your core concerns.
All I'm rooting for is transparency of spends to the residents, involvement of the residents when it crosses a line of expenditure.
Absolutely. So, you know, I do understand in terms of your concerns that were brought up, whether it was upfront brought to the community that such and such projects have been done, or what sort of a costing is involved and stuff like that. So, as Adrian mentioned that it was full of intent. Intent was right and it has been done. However, the key question that comes is in terms of funds, in terms of the transparency of the funds, correct?
Yes.
Now, whatever has been done is done. However, in order to address this specific issue, right, the upcoming resolutions are the ones which will address this concern that you're bringing up. So we have brought in 2 resolutions which are correlated to this aspect, and I'm sure those resolutions will help us to improve the process of this concern that you have brought up.
Yeah, so but we would still like the cost of that exercise.
If the cost of that exercise in details, probably at this point of time we will not have those exact numbers, but I would definitely ask Eden or any of us would give the splits in so that we could you know, have those answers. Make sense?
Harsha, just one point. I think this point was raised multiple times. And Eden has gone public saying that this information is available with him and can be shared. Can we just have a ballpark number what was spent?
I think you have those ballpark numbers, the club numbers.
So you can fix a date and come to the club and I'll
Eden,
show you
this is an
details.
AGM.
No, I'm not carrying all the details here and sitting here.
No.
1 minute.
Okay.
If we don't have the numbers we spent,
No.
fine.
On 28th October, David has put a AGM notice saying, not showing balance sheet, figures, financial result, and mentioned there, if anybody has got any clarification, please come back to us. Nobody came back.
Sorry about not coming back. But do we still have a number, a ballpark number?
Yes, we have the number.
Can you please share it with us?
Not here, not with me in this system.
All right, fine.
It's not with me in
Fair
this
enough.
system. But anytime you come to the office, I'm ready to show you.
Yeah. No, Eden, what she's trying to say, I look at the WhatsApp group very sporadically. So I've been repeatedly seeing her questions coming, what is the issue, what's the transparency. So, I mean, I have no idea at all because, like I'm telling you, I'm not a keen follower of that. So she's been asking, and so many people have been asking. So just wanted to know, and every time it's just been, I mean, sidelined.
No,
That's
why
what
I'm saying. That is why I'm saying what David is very clear in his letter, saying that financial results are here. Anybody has got any clarification, please revert us within time. Nobody has come.
So nobody of you all went. Renu,
No,
you
nobody
didn't
has
go and
come.
ask? You didn't ask them?
Folks, see, in the interest of time, there are two parts to the question. One is, do we have the detailed breakup? Do we have the detailed breakup? The breakup is there, all the bills are there. Anybody who has interest can engage with Eden and get those details. All audited. There is nothing to hide. The only thing is, we all understand the history of this case. The budget overrun
Kishore,
happened.
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the earlier slide where we spoke of the gym budget?
What do you mean? This one?
No, where Eden pointed out we've overspent a few lakhs on the gym relocation.
Yeah. This one. Yeah.
Yeah. We could have captured the snooker room here as well, right? Any reason we missed it out?
Gym relocation.
I'm talking to him, Eden. I'm sorry, Adrian.
Guys, Puneet, everybody here knows the whole gym relocation business. Now,
okay, if you're not willing to share, it's fine. No. Let's close the back.
Puneet, take time and come to the clubhouse. Be humble, sit there.
Yeah, exactly.
And know the details. The whole Excel sheet is there.
Exactly.
Rupee wise we'll give you. Okay? Now, so one part is the amounts. Amounts are there. You know, there is no misappropriation. Guys, the BOM members make a lot of money in their, I mean, the amount we are spending here is not worth the money that we are talking about. Nobody would sit here to misappropriate funds or like kind of, you know, do any cowboy thing. So like Adrian mentioned, things happen. I mean, the BOM does work in the best interest of the community. Have faith, have trust, back them up. Now we need to, like Renu mentioned, the process has to be improved because every year it's a different set of people coming in with a different set of expectations, and the process must be followed. So there, like Harsha mentioned, there are resolutions proposed which will aim to improve and address the concerns, transparency, financial accountability, etc. So when we come to the resolutions, we'll have a discussion. But I believe this particular incident has triggered proposal of the resolution that you'll be seeing soon, and the goal is to improve and address these type of issues in future. So,
in the month of June, I had put in Napana complex saying that the auditor is coming to visit and to audit the accounts, and for the previous years, if any of the BOM members of 2023-24 can come and sit along with me, and when the auditor asks queries, because I need some help, somebody to tell what has happened in the earlier years, and I asked them to come, nobody came.
Okay. So just a couple more points. Puneet, I'll ensure, you know, those. I'll ensure to get those splits, Puneet. Renu, is there? I'll try to get those details so that you know, it becomes much more obvious for everyone. As I mentioned again, that some of the incidents that occurred and where this kind of confusions or it can result into, you know, confidence drop. So hence we have brought in resolutions which addresses those things. Okay, so they're part of it. Okay.
So on behalf of the BOM, what Eden is asking is the audited accounts that have come from the auditors and revalidated by Naved. Can we have a can we pass that, please? Sorry. So I'm just coming back as part of the protocol. we have to pass the audited accounts. The process that the auditors have audited, submitted the audit accounts which have been shared by me. Secondly, Navid from the community has also audited this. As part of the procedure, we need to pass this. So we are asking for official pass on this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, okay, I'll have my one little bit. I won't take too much of time. Renu, we've heard you. I think let's admit it. There were some flaws. Let's be honest enough to admit it. I think there is a huge learning curve in the way one or two activities. I don't want to pinpoint what has gone wrong, but everybody knows this, right? You know, it is all over the social platform. I think best let's go on. I think we could have faltered. Let's admit it. I think on behalf of the bomb, let me apologize on behalf of the bomb. You know that piece of activity that everybody has been so relentlessly pursuing for an apology. Let the bomb take that piece and apologize on behalf of the individual who did it. But I also want you to remind what Adrian said. Look at the outcome. If you're going to fight for 2-3 lakhs, the outcome is brilliant there. I think we got exactly what was intended to. Thank you.
Okay. Bas. Okay, shall we start with resolutions? Everybody has resolution slips with them?
We need to deliberate. So, you want to speak on that? Or?
No, I thought you want to start or Nisha, do you want to do it? You want to finish it? Okay. Boxes are required. Ravi? Ravi, can we get those boxes? Okay, we have those boxes. Okay, all right.
Hey, can you put up the slide of for the resolution?
Yeah. There it's there.
The slide spend that we are doing. This is for
resolution first resolution. No, we're going by one.
Okay.
So this is all in the resolutions. Okay. You want to speak?
Yeah,
or you want me to do it?
You can do it. It's fine. Do it. Only for that 2 rupees I'll come in.
Okay, shall we go? Go ahead. Okay. So this is with resolution 1. This is in the context of renovation or civil construction renovation. Okay. So I'm going to read out whatever is there here. Resolve that the plot owners doing any civil construction renovation work to their existing properties that entails the use of common areas of community will have to make a refundable deposit of 50,000 before commencing the work. Further resolved, this deposit will be fully refunded provided there is no damage to private or a common property during the renovation. Further resolved that before taking the said renovation, it is imperative that plot owners inform the estate manager to ensure that the workers coming in can be provided required approvals, and resolve that properties undergoing renovation must provide toilet facilities for the construction workers. So, any questions? And this is resolution 1. You can.
If I may just say something, right? I know many plot owners probably saying no, but the reason why we brought this resolution is that, any renovation involves, use of common area and all that. When new guys move in, we are imposing on them to give a deposit for the same work what they are doing, but we are not doing same with the resident. So I want the existing residents to lead by example, have that set that standard, and again this is fully refundable. We are not going to take away your money, right? As long as there is no damage to common property, it is a fully refundable. I hope you guys take it that and live up to the spirit for the whoever is coming new here. Thank you. Sure.
Yeah, civil construction.
Yeah. So that's why we clearly said any major renovation involving basically using the common areas, right? So typical civil work involves, a common area. So those are the ones what we are doing. Yep. Thank you.
So the boxes are going.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, let them go around.
Yeah. Do you want me to wait or can I proceed with the second? Wait. Okay, I think I'll move ahead with the second one. Sorry? So another 3-4 minutes? 1 minute, okay.
My apologies. Number 2.
Yeah, I'm going. I have this. Oh, they want the first resolution? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going ahead with the second resolution to ensure the better transparency and control of expense of over 50,000 or more. Resolved that it shall be mandatory to call for 3 quotations from 3 separate vendors for a single expenditure over rupees 50,000. In case where there are no competitive quotes available, single quote must be approved by BOM formally during a BOM meeting. I think anything above, then I'll come to the 20 lakh. That is another. Uh-huh.
Excuse me.
Upper limit in the sense.
Excuse me.
Anything above 50 is we have still you need a quotations, right? I mean, irrespective of.
Excuse me, Mr. President. Is this is it ballot secret voting?
Yeah.
In which case, why do you require our signatures on this list? Because then it doesn't become.
I mean, it's fine. I mean,
no, it should be. It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't have been there in the first place.
I think these are the templates
No,
that were earlier also.
then it should have been corrected. Because if I sign on it, then you know I said yes or no.
I think you can. Sorry? Accept it.
Accept it. Thank you very much, David and President.
Yeah.
We must have made a mistake, Ashok.
Yeah.
How are you? Good, good.
All right.
You sign as
Oh,
Deva,
sorry.
I'll sign as Ashok.
So second box is. Shall we? You're done? Okay. Let's go with the third one. Shall we proceed with the third? Okay. I think time and then there was always this question about club access. So we are trying to streamline the club access. Resolve that the plot owners and their immediate family members will have unrestricted access to the club. Resolve further that other relatives will be allowed to access the club only when they are residing with the plot owner on the long-term basis, and the same must be registered with the club office. Resolve further that the non-resident relatives who are on short visits will be treated as guests.
Sorry, can I say something about this?
Yes, Sachin.
Okay, I agree 100% with what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
There is a problem here of enforcement.
Okay.
Who's going to police this issue?
Well, there are two parts to it. There's a club manager who is has to do certain degree of, check the operational stuff. But I'm sure this has been just brought in to streamline within the community and their relatives and stuff. That's where we are brought in to some extent. Point number one, point number two is with respect to whoever are staying here, we are asking them to officially register in the club office. So at least you'll have a reasonable idea in terms of knowing who it is.
I agree with you 200%.
Okay.
I'm putting it differently. Okay, I'm putting it differently. I would appeal to the residents to, in case their guests use the club, they should send a message to the club manager saying, my guests have used the club, please raise a bill for this. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say, because it is not possible for them to police the whole issue.
Yeah, this is the definition.
Yeah,
okay.
yes.
In execution of this definition, we'll try to bring in some sort of a standard operation process for the club manager so that he can execute this stuff. Does it make sense to you?
No, it doesn't make sense to me, because it is not possible for him to do it. That's what I'm trying to say. It is not possible to police the whole issue. It is up to the residents to declare when they have guests and inform the club manager they have guests, and to please charge them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough. I mean, what you're saying is let the onus be on the
owners should be on the residents,
on the residents to inform.
Exactly, and they should understand that the money is not is for the club and for the betterment of the club, is not because they're going to lose some money. That's what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough. I mean. Fair enough. So we'll take the point, Lokesh. Yeah. So box number 3 is floating. Hey, take my this is my slip here. The third. Okay, let's go ahead with the fourth resolution. Increase of layout maintenance by minimum of 2 rupees. Resolve that owing to increase in the expense. 3 is over, I guess, right?
No, we are not collected.
Oh, these are not collected?
3.
Bring 3. I think they've finished there.
Wait, 3. One, 3.
Shall we go ahead with the fourth one? Yeah. Shall we go ahead with fourth? Yeah. Resolve that owing to the increase in the expense on legal fees and other related expenditures, the layout maintenance charge is increased by ₹1, which will be held in a separate category and which will be exclusively used for legal expenses. And we have already stressed enough on that aspect when the subcommittee presented the data in terms of legal expenses. Further resolve that the bridge the gap between income and expense to increase the layout maintenance by ₹1. So overall increase the layout maintenance cost by rupees 2. Which one? Expense and? The legal cases, you know, in India. Yeah. This one? Yeah. This is the fourth one.
So I'll just take half a second why that 2 rupees there. Some of you all will want to know. Sorry, I just want to give you a quick brief on why this 2 rupees is important for us. If you look at those figures, our spend is about 1.24 crores, and what we are able to receive is only 90 lakhs. So we'll not be able to we will not be managed to run the way we wanted if we don't get these 2 rupees as a minimum. So please be reasonable, because we need that money. Otherwise we are left with only 90 lakhs, and some of the capex and operating funds will have to be compromised.
Your mic. What happened to all the mics? All the there it is.
This is the last. But what has been done about collecting AGMs, defaulters almost at a crore?
Yeah. Can I take that question? I think we did mention that. So, if you look at the last line, we are planning to set up a 3-member subcommittee to handle the defaulters. I mean, of course, it's very difficult. I do understand that, but we'll make a very genuine effort in talking to them and trying to see if they can, pay their dues. But however, those dues are ensured, collected, especially when the transaction happen in terms of transfer or, the property sale or those kind of things. Those we are ensuring for sure. But I do know that we are collecting this, but this is something which we cannot say that can be realized immediately, right?
No,
but the efforts, point taken, but the efforts are there. We are planning to set up this 3-member.
This point came up 2 years back. So what has been done till now? May I?
Sorry, historically, I don't have much information on that. I think there was quite an effort done, right, in terms of talking to people. Yeah, there was. Sorry. Okay, I believe the legal notices were sent.
Shreyaza, can I ask a question, please?
Sure. In this context, or
yeah, it revolves around this itself. If you can just bear me out for a minute.
No. I want to understand the context.
Exactly.
It is
on the same
defaulters?
context. Same
Okay.
context. Okay. I have already sent a request for resolution to be passed, and my request was that we have 189 plots, right? The layout maintenance, basically, as far as my knowledge goes, depends on security and other maintenance that happens. Why are we charging on the basis of per square foot? It should be divided by 189 plots.
No.
Why are we paying? Why are we paying for this? You can just explain to me what is the rationale on the basis of per square foot.
A person who's got 2,000 square feet and a person who's got 5,000 square feet pay the same amount.
What?
What a maintenance cost is there, no?
No. What are you maintaining difference?
Whatever is maintained on the road is maintained.
No.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I beg to differ, Surya. What will happen, Surya, if you calculate that, if you do a reverse calculation, the entire thing will go for a toss. Eventually, we'll start getting lower monies, and then we'll have, reduced services. For the sake of 1 rupee, I think, for the smallest of plots now, what we're asking is 1 rupee. 1 rupee is the
No,
smallest.
I'm not saying that,
Yeah, but-
David. What I'm trying to say, if your expenditure is, say, 10 lakhs, I'm just giving a figure,
No,
of
it's not
10
10
lakhs,
lakhs. No, no, it's not
whatever
10
it is, 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs or
Whatever, tell me.
divided by 189 period.
Why should it be? Why should it be? Somebody
I mean,
has a
why should it
13,000
not
square
be?
feet. Why would he? Why would a guy at 4,000 pay the same as 13,000? Why would he?
No, what is the difference? I mean, you
No, no,
please tell me.
difference is there.
No, you
But-
please tell me the security is the same.
Listen,
No, it's the same roads, it's the
Listen,
same
when you-
security. I can't understand.
Surya, wait. Surya, when you buy an apartment,
See,
how do
please
you
don't
no,
go
no,
to an apartment.
listen,
No,
there
no.
are reference points.
It is
right?
like buying cheese and buying an apple
Listen,
somewhere. No, no,
Surya,
no.
there is
please.
always a reference point, Surya.
No, I'm
For
sorry.
everything, there is a reference point.
I'm sorry, you cannot
You-
compare an
you go to the
apartment to
best
this
of-
kind of a layout. No, you can't compare. Anyway, we can take it up later, but I don't want to take your time.
Surya, we debated it in the BOM, just to clarify to you. We spoke about it and we just looked at why property tax you pay by square feet.
See,
it's as simple
please,
as that.
please don't mix up property tax with this. You see,
Why?
I'm talking, if I'm talking of Mr. X, why are you bringing, why are you bringing like politicians?
But we have to
Please
compare.
answer my question.
Your
That's
que-
it.
that is the question. That is the answer.
No, you can't mix up a villa to an apartment. Please don't mix up this with something
No,
else.
if you have a 30-40 site and a 100 by
I'm
180.
saying there should not be any discrimination divided by 189 plots, period.
No, Surya, it's not like that. Surya, any plotted community uses the same reference like this. I can give you 100 examples.
See,
Give me
this
some
is
time, I'll
this
build up
is
the
you're
data for you.
discriminating people. We are a welfare association.
This is not about making money. This is about managing.
See,
the-
if you want to make money, there are different avenues of making money. For heaven's sake, don't make it
But
this
Surya,
way.
I think you need to take back that word. We are not here to make money, please.
Because you say.
No, I didn't say anything.
I'm
Sorry,
not
you take
saying
back
you're
that
trying
word.
to make
No, no,
money.
we,
No.
I never
We
said
are all
anything.
here. I personally, I don't mind this increase. I don't mind. Others may not want it, but that's a different issue. But what I'm trying to say, you got to be fair. You should not discriminate. It should be divided by 189, and that's my submission.
It is possible to buy multiple plots and combine them into a single unit. As you guys know, in our layout, there are many owners who have multiple plots but a single vote. They are considered as a single resident. Now, is it fair to have 10 plots, combine it as a single unit and pay same as buy one? I'm saying the formula that you are proposing is not a workable formula, because I can buy 2 plots, combine them and pay only as one owner.
I think,
Yeah.
I think, guys, this is. Sorry, just a.
No, what he's saying is.
No, I think. Sorry to interrupt everyone. Just a small request.
Yeah.
I think this particular point, what Surya is mentioning, also has some valid points that needs to be considered. What you all are saying also has a valid point to be considered. And I don't think this is the forum to sit and discuss and debate that. I think there are 2 things that will come up in the near future. Again, it is not for this particular thing, this particular meeting to take a decision. But just as a heads up, I think 2 things will come up. One is what Surya is saying, and the other is we will reach a point of maybe around 75% occupancy, in which case layout maintenance for empty plots might have to be slightly more than the occupied plots, because the maintenance of empty plots will take precedence over the thing. So these things will come up. I think we need to have a debate somewhere along the line on this and come out with something that it works for everybody.
Yeah, sure.
No, we are maintaining empty plots. That's where the grass cutting and all happens, right? Yeah. So I think, Harsha, just to end the discussion on this, and Surya, I hope you're okay with that. I think it requires some, maybe we can call a separate meeting, whatever it is, but we need to start discussing on these points.
Sure, yeah. I'll take the point taken. So 4, no, 4, have you taken everything? Yeah, 4 le lo. 4. Okay. Yeah, sorry. 4, okay. It's about increasing the maintenance amount from 9 rupees to 11 rupees. And 1 rupee will go to the legal and 1 rupee for the. Okay, this 5th resolution is something which, Renu, this is what I was talking about. Sorry. Hey, you want to go ahead?
So friends, in line with what was discussed regarding the turf court, what we're now saying is that resolution number 6, I don't know if we can introduce it, but we'll use the same sheet at the back. You can put point number 6. Is it okay for us to take a vote? Say you want to have the turf court, yes or no? If it is yes, put yes. If it is no, you put no. Yeah, Adrian, please. 6. I said, because otherwise, the slips will fall inside. So I'm saying that you can write number 6 at the back of number 5 and say that whether you like, you can just put yes or no. It's understandable that we want the turf or not. Yes.
This we have. You want me to read it? Okay, I'll, in the interest of everyone, I'm going to read the resolution 5. Resolve that any expense related to layout and club maintenance above 1 lakh be budgeted as a project and prior budget approval sought from members at the AGM. Resolve that such project budget approval request to be accompanied with relevant project plan specific to the said project and 3 independent competitive codes. Point number 2, any additional budget exceeding rupees 25 over and above what has already been approved will require prior approval through an AGM with relevant revised project plan. The budget approved for the project should be used exclusively for the execution of the project. Surplus funds, if any, post completion of the project should be reverted to the layout/club funds through which the said project was funded. Kindly note, this was the proposal from the community. We debated heavily on this, and for these resolutions we have also brought amendments. Okay, this is not yes or no case, by the way. So with respect to that resolutions, the proposed amendments are: amount limit criteria be increased from 1 lakh to 2 lakhs. This was a resolution was saying 1 lakh. So what we are saying is amount limit criteria be increased from 1 lakh to 2 lakhs. And the second point is detailed project plan and 3 independent competitive codes should be shared with the community at least 30 days before the project commencement instead of during the AGM budget approval. The second point, budget overrun limit be increased from 25,000 to 15% of the approved project cost, because going to 25,000 for approval for every AGM, I mean no projects can see a day of light within that financial year. No change to the surplus action. So you need to tick, there are 3 things: proposal without amendment, proposal with amendment, or none. Sorry?
I'm just voicing my opinion, don't jump on me.
You want to take the previous slide or this slide?
No, this is fine.
Okay.
This is the final one, right? See, the first one is fine, right? 2 lakhs in today's cost, 1 lakh is like, almost all our projects are more than 1 lakh.
Yeah.
I think it should be higher in my opinion, so it's 2 lakhs, no problem.
Correct.
Budget overrun limit increased from 25 to 15%, perfectly fine in my mind. Item number 2, right? If you put it up to the community, in what form will you put up? Because then you will have 150 opinions. I don't think that's something which is fair, because if you have that first and third item, you are free to go and execute what needs to be done. Why do you want to submit 3 codes to everybody? We are not here to see the 3 codes, right? End of the day, that's a treasurer's job, that's a bomb's job. Item number 2 is not executable in my mind.
and it's not required because the BOM is entrusted to do that, you please go ahead and do that. Right? I don't think you should come and say these are the three things, the three codes. I don't think it's the job of anybody to do that, and you will be ending up with multiple options. You won't be able to move forward. That's my suggestion.
So
no, that's the second point, no? Detailed project plan and 3 independent competitive codes should be shared. You don't have to share the competitive codes to the community, right? That's a BOM's job, right? That's the BOM's job, right? And if the project 2 lakhs and above, Balaji, what will you put detailed project on every 2 lakhs and above? It's not practical. If you, I've been in the BOM, I'm just saying it's not practical.
No, see, I understand that you're coming from the BOM, and I've also been on the BOM. But when it comes to big ticket items, I think there has to be some clarity. What is the project? What is the timeline of execution? I'll give you a typical example. I think where I thought about this was when we were talking about pipelines for water and things like that, right? And I remember talking to Sharan and Arun about this. And I said, if you're spending 4 crores on a project, I want to first know what is the kind of timeline we're talking about. It's going to cause a disruption in the entire layout. We already see that with the BWSSB, right? Yeah. No, I've just come to that. About what? I'm just saying that, Adrian, that's exactly what I'm saying. With BWSSB, the whole thing has been dug up, right? But maybe you didn't know that. I came for a meeting with BWSSB and I asked this very question. If you're going to lay it, how long is it going to take? I asked this question. So the same clarity has to be there from the board also? No, where does it say stop? Where does it say stop? No, Ethan, sorry. We did have questions. And I attended that meeting with BWSSB and I asked my questions, I asked for my clarifications.
By the way, there is an option
and
called
minutes
none
of the
also.
meeting was also...
By the way, there is an option called none also.
Minutes? Huh?
No.
Yeah, you need the mic also, transparency, right?
No, my point is very simple, okay? When everybody had to pay 1.5 lakhs, everybody had 200 questions. Now today everybody is paying at least 3 lakhs and the work is started and it's going on. But no, it's going on. Nobody's bothered. You're paying twice as much and nobody's bothered. Okay, that's the point I want to make.
I think I understand where you're coming from, Adrian, and I told you I went and asked the questions. It's not that I didn't ask questions because it was BWSSB and I asked questions only if it was this. I personally went, I attended the meeting and people who were there know that I asked a lot of questions of the BWSSB person who came, right? Having said that, there are options over there. If you feel this is not right, please vote no. Right? You don't agree to that. What I'm trying to say again is, and this is a discussion I had with the BOM members also. As a member of the community, I have a right to put up a resolution that I feel is needed. And as members of community, all of us have a right to vote for it or against it. But trying to change the resolution and not have it and remove it, I don't think that's right. We can always vote yes or no on it. It's as simple as that. So if you feel strongly about it that previously I asked and now I didn't ask questions, please vote against it. No problem. Thank you.
Okay, so all the 3 options are there, and kindly note on the back of the 5th resolution slip also mention about resolution 6, which David just mentioned with respect to turf. If you are in favor of that, kindly mention on behind the slip of resolution 5. Back of the resolution slip 5, kindly mention whether you're in favor of turf club or yes or no. I'm sure most would go for it. This is called runtime resolution. Just in time resolution. Yeah, you know. I hope this is one resolution where we wanted to bring in. No. Okay. I think Lokesh has already taken it forward. We are going to reinstate the 6-day thing. Yeah, point taken. I think that's been taken care. I think Lokesh, I think we are doing that right. Lokesh. Yeah, show the thumbs up above. Yeah. Yeah. Are we good with 5 and 6? Okay. David, where is David? No, vote of thanks.
Vote of thanks we call.
Oh, results, okay. Nice. Yeah. David. What is it, Murli? How is the resolution count going on? Anytime we can get the results?
Hello. For whatever reason they asked me to announce the FMCL match tomorrow. I don't know if everybody is aware. You will be aware because if you are an official cricket league, whichever social media you're in, you will know there's an FMCL which is happening. It's like IPL. It's starting at 7:30 in the morning. Please be here at 7:15. We have some good pitch reports and all that stuff will happen before the match. Don't come at 7:30. Come at 7:15, and we'll have a good time tomorrow. For those who are beer drinkers and non-beer drinkers, beer is being organized, I believe, and there's a nice food stall which is coming up, which is great food. So please be here. Don't ignore. It's a very, very short 9-hour affair. Please be here for the short period, right? Don't go home in the middle also, right? Okay, thanks. Hey, you want to give some details? Please come. FMCL champ. By the way, I'm also part of a team. Balaji has polished the trophy for us to carry it tomorrow. Thanks, Balaji. switched off. Mic is switched off. That's all. End of the program. Balaji can speak.
I didn't just polish it. I know who the winner is going to be. I put the winner logo and the name and everything also.
Sun dancers, right?
No, no. It's blue chaos.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Kind attention, please. Everybody is busy. I would like to announce the, the outcomes of the resolutions. Outcomes of the resolution results. Yeah. Hello there. Can you guys could come little closer, or shall I go ahead? Resolution 1, 55 say yes, no 1. Okay, so resolution 1 is passed. Okay, resolution 1 is in the context of the security deposit with respect to construction and renovation. The resolution is passed with 55 yes and 1 no. With respect to resolution 2, where we wanted transparency, expense over 50,000, where we were asking for 3 separate codes and stuff, that resolution is passed with yes with 46 votes and 2 votes saying no. So that has been passed.
Well done, Neeran. That was your resolution.
So the third resolution was in the context of streamlining the club access. So that resolution is passed with 43 yes and 10 votes saying no. The club access. Resolution 4 in the context of layout maintenance, where we proposed 1 rupee for legal expense and another for the layout expense. That resolution passed with 34 yes and 16 no. The fifth resolution in the context of the control checks, where this resolution is being passed with amendment 37 and without amendments as 14 and none saying 1 vote for none. So this is also been passed. So the resolution 5 is been passed with amendments. The last amendment, which was in the context of turf court, that has also been passed with 35 yes and 21 saying no. Thank you all. So David, where's David? David, please do the vote of thanks.
He is doing vote of thanks.
Oh, sorry, Nishad.
Nishad.
So to celebrate the passing of resolution to have a turf court, we've got some chill beers which you guys can go out and so the contractor sent us some crates of beer. Yeah. Yeah, so finally we are at the end of the AGM number 14. I think we could not have shown more unity in this community, because all the resolutions have been passed with a yes vote. So that was incredible in the sense that while there were debates and a bit of up and down on some of the points, what we as Harsha spoke about earlier, that we want to bring authenticity, transparency, honesty, good communication, all those aspects, you will continue to see that. In fact, even for the turf court that we've done a lot of due diligence work, we are going to share that very quickly with all of you so that we can, get the work started. Thanks everyone for having come here, participated, debated, argued, fought, and laughed and cheered and all of that. The other point is that this AGM could not have been possible without the support of the community, I personally went and spoke to many people in the community about various resolutions they had proposed and all of that, and most people were very generous in giving their time. Also Ravi Raja, who's been tireless in many levels, because in terms of even the water work, every day at 7:30 in the evening when he wraps up, he puts out a message about what happened in the day, so that there is less disruption in the community. So incredible work, Ravi Raja. Thank you so much for all the effort that you're putting in. Mrinal, who's also at times he's a plumber, kind of a who's sometimes a plumber, trench digger, road fixer, and he works 6.5 days in the community, and he's always available. Thanks for all the effort that you're putting in. All the community staff, who make it possible for us to live a beautiful life, the roads and everything being maintained, the garbage being cleared and things like that. To the club manager Jones, who's always smiling and always available for anything and everything, thank you so much. And to Vishal, Vishal the electrician, he's once again available to all of us all the time. Yes, you'll see a lot of improvement in the coming years. Thank you all a lot, and my co-bomb members for all the positive energy that you guys bring to the community. Yeah.
On behalf of all the residents, I think we should really thank the bomb for fantastic AGM. This is one of the best AGMs I have seen. The best thing about this AGM is we didn't put everybody to sleep by long presentations, short, succinct, fantastic presentations, good discussions, nothing personal, right? We have these debates, but that's why the AGM is there. We have to have debates, nothing personal. So great, fantastic, thanks, and it's great to have 80% of people less than 1 year residents or 2 year residents, a lot of fresh starts. Thank you so much.
If you want to see some fights and action, please turn up tomorrow morning for the Ferns Meadows, Yeah, please.
Excuse me, I have just received, are you listening to me, please? I have just received a message from the Ministry of Finance. They say, who is this Mr. Eden Bout? You need to hold him there, because otherwise he'll take Mrs. Sitaraman's place in the finance ministry.